Good evening, Monday, Sunday. What day is it? Sunday
Sunday.
night.
Day.
How you doing? We're professionals, I swear. Some of us are. Anyway, it is Sunday night. These are the replacements. If you'll see, we have a new replacement in the group. Um, if you all would please welcome Jasmine. Um, she will be entering the game here on Sunday night, and I'm really looking forward to it. Um, we have in our in your top left hand corner, that is Kurz, the Tabaxi monk. To his right is our little gnome druid, whose name is Alicia. Below
Spelled with an E.
Alicia, yes, spelled with an E. Um, Below her is our wonderful rogue Joe, who is half elf.
Just how.
Just elf. She's just an elf. Just an elf.
Yeah.
Below her is the Shatterkai, known as Talon. He is a Shatterkai warlock. Name is Talon. Below him, with a broken camera still, but we're working on that, is our favorite sorcerer, Belivar, who is a half drow. And then there's
Howdy.
I am DM SETI, and I might be a mimic. I'm not sure. It's possible. But above me, you will meet her shortly. Not immediately. I want to get into things a little bit. Want to read you the recap. I'm not reading it. I don't do that. It'll probably be our wonderful Alicia that will read it. Possibly Joe, but most likely Alicia.
Oh.
I don't want you to forget that down there in the abouts, we have, Floki's Tavern, we have TTRPG swag, we have the merch mistress, we have my preferred, at this time, my best friend, preferred dice dealer D20 dinner. She makes incredible dice, and I would love for you to go to her website and check it out. It is, that woman makes incredible dice. I have a few other dealers that I buy from too, but she is the one that I almost always buy. In fact, she's giving me some of my dice that everybody fears. Good old purple. Now there's the black and pink, and nobody can forget Glizzy. So, without further ado, without talking any more about the wonderful merch you can buy and the dice and everything else, I'd love for you to pay your attention to my wonderful players. I am only as good as they are, and they make me look good. Missing, would you go ahead?
When do they get here?
When do they get here? They'll be here in a few minutes, Danny. Missing, would you go ahead and read that recap real quick, please?
Sure. So we had killed Cloven, and after we kind of investigated that area, we went across the courtyard on the second floor to find the smell of barnyard and the sound of barnyards coming from below us. We went into one empty room and then into a bunk room where we were attacked by shadows. That was super fun. We finally got through those after Kurz incurred their wrath. We got him fixed up a little bit. We encountered a raven in one of the rooms off of the bunk room that Belivar and Alicia spent quite a bit of time talking to and feeding. Savid managed to patch Kurz up a little bit. We found a cleaver that we believe was from the Order of the Mercy Blades. It's a long dead order here. We explored a nursery that was really creepy. There was another ghost in there that just kind of disappeared that we didn't have to deal with, so that was nice. Let's see. We found some herbs. We explored a little bit up there.
What kind of herbs?
Then we went. They were devil's nettle, Crow's
You didn't
Bane.
know. I heard herbs and I was like herbs, like herb. Like okay, never mind. Shut up, Seti.
They're in my notes. Don't you worry.
Ready? Pass the test.
Alicia is a druid. She brought her own. Is the answer.
Are you going
Um,
to share with the other druid?
but depends on how nice we are. So we did find the cellar where we had leftover wine barrels. We found the food that the mongrel folk had been fed, which was just corn and pickles. We also found in an empty champagne bottle a scroll of Heroes Feast. So we kind of put together a plan to feed hopefully everybody one good meal, get everybody kind of sorted and satisfied for a little bit. We went downstairs into the courtyard where all the pens were kept. And that was a lot. I'm not going to read all the descriptions because I have 2 pages of descriptions, but there were all manner of odd and horrible mutations. We got introduced to all of the family, so all sorts of dispositions there. We finally were able to funnel them upstairs a couple groups at a time to Belivar, who had cast Heroes Feast, and try to get everybody fed at least one good meal before we try to set them up a little better than they were and hopefully become self-sufficient. That's where we are.
I was just looking over your Google Doc for all them, all 73, I believe total.
I think that's right.
So what happened was, just for the group, because not all of you realized it. Afterwards, after the show was over, the episode was over, and we were decompressing and talking and everything, I was looking through some stuff, and I realized that there were 9 pins. I'll show you on the map, everybody. There in the courtyard, there are, and I will use my little pointer. There is that one there, those 3, and that one there. That all those are chicken houses, basically. With, but they're not like wire chicken houses. They're more like, wooden structures that maybe 5 feet wide, about 2.5 feet deep. They are not very big at all. Alicia, with the help of Esmeralda, maybe even Bob, just to keep things kind of easy, and then also with Tobias, all helped you get through those cages and get them fed and situated. Is there anyone in the party besides our new player Jasmine that did not get to hear what the 9 were that were in cages?
I didn't, because I think I left before you mentioned them.
Okay. Do you want me to go over it, Alicia, or do you want to inform the group who they are?
Do you want me to just read them?
Do you want to describe them? Do you not want to? What do you want to do? It's up to you.
I will try my best to describe these 9.
If you go off the Google Doc I sent you, the Mongrel Folk Google Doc, and you just read the first paragraph for each one of them, it gives a pretty good description of what they're like and what they are.
Okay. So in one pen we have Varka, who is gaunt to the point of collapse. Her skin hangs like draped parchment. It's jaundiced and mottled. Her jaw splits down the middle like a snake's, revealing 2 long, slick tongues that writhe and twist independently, each muttering conflicting ideas in a ceaseless war of whispers. Her eyes are sunken and dark, as if following unseen specters, and when disturbed, her voice rises in a shrill, overlapping scream, as if two tormented minds are shrieking at once. The next one is Drog. He is thick-limbed and perpetually hunched. His head seems too large for his body and is dominated by wrinkled, dog-like snout that quivers with every breath. His nose twitches constantly. His bare feet are blackened and calloused. He sniffs at passersby with sharp, sudden breaths, then whimpers, wails, or laughs, depending on what emotions he smells on them. Tella is small and spindly, her arms feathered with rough, greasy plumage. Her fingers are hooded and claw-like, her mouth reduced to a cruel beak of fused teeth and bone. Her eyes, wide and avian, stare without blinking. She plucks at the straw on her floor, her own feathers, or anything soft. Her voice, a croaking melody of lullabies and bird-like whistles. Her shed reeks faintly of damp pillows and blood. Brother Whelm is clad in rotting monk's robes, tied with frayed cord. He stands as though carved from marble. His face is featureless, a smooth stretch of pale skin where nose, mouth, and eyes once were. He never moves, save for the slight tilt of his head towards those who enter his shed. And occasionally an unsettling hum resonates from deep within his chest. He radiates an unplaceable stillness, something between prayer and mourning. Morella the sponge is soft and bloated, pallid flesh pocked with open sores like sunken coral. A constant film of dampness clings to her, and her presence is marked by the scent of mildew. Her skin glistens. She wrings her hands ceaselessly, mewling and moaning at nothing. When touched, her skin grows warmer and wetter, drawing in the moisture until her whole body trembles like a wrung rag. Reckitt, the boneless, appears like a frightened man huddled in the corner of his shed, arms wrapped around his knees. When he moves, he unravels, bending in impossible ways and slithering more than walking. His bones are either absent or soft as a rope. He clings to walls, slides under furniture, and can flatten himself unnaturally. Oh, this one's so... Clara of the Glinting Grin. Clara crouches in darkness, giggling through a grotesque mouth lined with jagged shards of mirror where her teeth should be. Her lips are torn and bleeding, yet she smiles constantly. Shards of broken glass protrude from her forearms and neck, glittering faintly in any light. She watches herself in any reflective surface she can find, often speaking sweetly to her own image, then cackling or wailing without warning. Her hands shake as she strokes invisible hair or cradles imaginary faces. Toxin is a squat and broad-shouldered man that resembles a toad. His skin is slick, warty, and tinted greenish-gray. His throat pouch inflates and deflates with a low, pulsing croak that never quite stops. His fingers are long, ending in soft pads, and his gait is a slow, awkward shuffle. He rarely speaks, except in short, bubbling phrases that gurgle from his chest. My favorite is Grimilda. Grimilda is draped in countless stitched-together patches of human and animal skin, crudely sewn into a sagging robe that trails the floor. Her own skin is pale and paper-thin beneath the patchwork. Her arms are thick and heavy, her fingers wide and flat like worn leather. She sings wordless lullabies to the skin she wears, naming them, stroking them, sometimes kissing the seams. Her eyes are small and sunken, and she smells of old wax and embalming oils. The best of the best, children.
I mean, they really are. There's a reason why those 9 were caged, and you guys quickly realized it when you went to try to take care of them, try to care for them, try to even just give them some food. Otto and Zieg would have explained to you that, look, these 9, they're separated because they're either too strong or too powerful or too unsocial, or scare everyone way too much. That is why they're there. So as the party fed the entire group of 60 plus, and then came down and started feeding the nine. Um, Before I get to Gwendolyn, Kurz, what are you doing? What are you and G Willie currently doing? This is after combat. Everything's calmed down. Nobody, I do want to preface this that none of you have gone up to the north side yet. You haven't gone through that door towards the farm fields, and you haven't followed the path towards the farm fields. So the farming area has not been touched in any way or shape or form. You see it from where you've been. You see it through windows. You see it from the path, but nobody's gone up in that area before anyone says, "Oh, I went up there and collected fruits and vegetables." You got to hold off on that for a little bit.
I would have went out the gate and found G Willie because he was roaming around out there, scouting and doing his thing, and just would talk with him a bit. G Willie, how did your scouting go? Is everything good? Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I go all the way. I go all the way around the wall. Hey, it long trip all the way around wall, long. Um, I see rabbit. I see black squirrel. Black squirrels. I see them. They like run away. They jump in trees and climb up them. All trees same. All trees look like cone like this. All trees like that. And bristly. Trees good scratch back on. And I see downhill. I see downhill in the village. Some people out. People near little like house near that pool of water. The little pool of water, not a big pool of water. It's not like drinking water. It's like a little pool. Like they bathe there. The people bathe. And I see Tobias and Esmeralda and Savid. I see them talking. They talking, and now I'm here, and you here, and you ask me, and I tell you.
Very good. You have done a very good job. I'm sure the wall was very
We're
long,
missing two
but
goats.
2 more goats.
No, the two goats that you all took, we're missing those two.
Oh, good. Was there a lot of rabbits and squirrels?
Yes, lots of rabbits and
People.
squirrels. Lots of rabbits. I see wolf print. I see wolf, big old wolf print. Like this, it this big, wolf prints. The big wolf. I see.
That is
I
a,
see
that is a big wolf.
Yes, big wolf.
I I would
In
like for you
snow.
to come inside with me.
Okay.
We have made some friends, some new friends.
New friends.
I think that you are.
We don't
I
eat
think
friends.
that you will. No, we do not eat friends. I think that maybe you, more than any of us, uh, will understand these new friends of ours. They have been mistreated, and I do not know. I do not know if they have ever been treated well.
We treat
I
well.
hope to change. Yes, yes. Some of them look a little different. You know how I look different,
Yes.
and some people treat me. Some people treat me different, a certain way because I do not look like most people.
Yes.
These these new friends, they look different too, and I think that they will get a lot of people will look down on them just for the way that they look, and they should not do that.
No. No. You no look down on people.
Yes. Some of them are a little um, colder than others in their attitudes, just because they do not know, they do not have the social skills that like you and I have. And so they,
What
they
what
need to be.
what cold social? What cold social skill?
It means um, that they just people have always maybe beat them, or maybe they have
No, no
talked down.
beat.
No, yes, no beat at all. But they have been treated that way, and so whenever they see new people, they expect that they will get beat or they will get talked down to, and uh, we should try to be better than that. And we are, I know that you are better than that. Um, so, um, come inside, and we will meet some of our new friends. Some of them, one
Okay.
of them, his name is Otto.
Atto. Atto.
Yes,
We meet new friend Atto.
yes,
Okay. Atto.
and yes, come inside.
Okay.
You did good today.
Thank you. So and you and Simon G. Willie, aka all the other names that everybody gives them. You and G. Willie go walking inside. Um, what is Joe doing?
Joe is making sure everybody's got food. I'm double checking all of the rest of the dried corn and everything, seeing if it's able to be used to grow any more corn, if we can use them as like seed kernels and everything like that. I'm
Give
gonna
me
be showing them.
Go ahead and give me a nature roll on that. Eight. You don't know a whole lot, but you do want to. You know that you need to go ask um, Alicia. Maybe she knows better, but I mean, you don't know. Maybe it could grow more. You don't know. You don't know how long it's like been in a barrel, laying next to others like it. Maybe you can just, I don't know. You don't know how to grow corn. Looks good to you though.
This look moldy, so I can
I
hand
mean,
it
it's
off.
like apple seeds, right? You can just bury them and they'll grow, right? I mean, that's how that works.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's about as much as Joe can guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so you're making sure people are fed and taken care of. Um, Talon, what are you doing, sir?
Is pretty much everybody walking out of there? Because Talon's the one holding the keys at the moment.
Are you allowing them to leave that structure and come into
No,
the
no, I
courtyard?
mean all of us.
Oh, yeah, I think all of you have.
Okay, then on our way out, he'll make sure that he locks the door behind them, and we lock
You
the
do
upstairs door.
allow Otto and Zig to walk out, though, right?
Yeah, they're kind of right there side by side with us, aren't they?
Pretty much so.
Yeah. He's gonna go replace his handful of corn, or a couple handfuls of corn, into his bag, and then he's gonna kind of look around to see if the abbot uh had like any kind of place he read, like a library or anything like that. See if he can find
Okay,
either
so you're
part
going
of
to
his
be
book.
wandering around looking through the building, trying to find any type of a library or learning center.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of where he, I guess, studied before he tried to put
Become
everything
a master
together.
surgeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Belivar, sir, what are you doing?
After I've cast a spell and I've made sure everything is running smoothly, because I'm the one upstairs, no one
Mm-hmm.
else came up with me, and I'm unaware that the door is locked.
The upstairs door isn't locked yet, is it, Talon? Oh, that's the one that, yeah, it locked automatically.
Yeah, I thought everybody said they walked out of there, so
Well, this would be
Yeah.
before you locked it. Then Talon, you know that Belivar was upstairs making sure that
Yeah.
they were being fed and
like I
everything.
said, I just wanted to make sure that nobody else was trying to like go talk to him or do anything like that before I locked the door.
So Belivar,
Well,
before he locks you in there, what do you do, sir?
like I said, I'm going to make sure everything is good. And I'm going to then exit out and let Ottos know that they are eating. I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit of a savage way of they're consuming as much as they can,
Oh
as
yeah,
fast as they
it
can.
is very savage. It is very animalistic, almost barbaric. But there's enough food that none of them are um, missing. Help me out. You're the animal person. When animals are getting very aggressive over their food, but there's enough food for everyone to where they don't even get aggressive. What the food is? It just food aggression? Is that what it's called?
Say there's lack of need for food aggression, and there's probably no resource guarding.
Okay. Um, so they are really partaking of all the food. Belivar, you do not see the aggression that you saw downstairs or when they even first came up. As soon as they saw food, they like rushed towards the food and they started moving. Some gathered up food, went into a corner. But there's so much food there that they are feasting. Part of you, Belivar, I can see how part of you would feel like this spell was not necessarily wasted, but it could have been used more wisely. Because you know what this
Yeah.
spell could have done for the entire party.
Yes. But Belvar's going to give a nod of, it was a vote from the whole party to use the spell for these people. He says that more to himself than anything else,
Okay.
and he will make his way back downstairs and out.
Okay. And then Talon, you probably locked the bottom door, went upstairs, got
Double
Belivar, and
check.
then exited there. And then you're all down in the courtyard and everything together. That is when curs would come into the area, to where you're all right there in that courtyard, along with Otto and Zieg, and you made sure that the other two that are there, Misha and Marlena, that they both had food so that they're occupied with what they're doing. Misha, after being talked to by Otto, decided, she didn't climb down into the well to eat her food. She stayed above ground. At this time, Gwendolyn, you are walking through the fields, in that mist rolled in. That you're used to a mist rolling in. It's not a horrible thing. It's just mist. It's fog. It happens early in the morning like this. You're used to it. Although it is a little thicker than what you tend to see. You're used to beautiful trees in the fall turning different colors. And it is mid-fall, so there's still a lot of trees with a lot of color on them. But as you're walking the air gets a little bit colder. I assume that you kind of pull your cloak a little tighter to pull the warmth in on yourself.
Hmm.
You were following that injured animal, trying to get a good bead on it. And you get to near whiteout conditions with this fog, to the point where you're not sure if you feel safe taking any more steps. And you stop. You just collect yourself for a little bit. And as you're standing there collecting yourself, the fog starts slowly dissipating. And in front of you, Gwen, did all your friends, your family, did they call you Gwen, or was it your full name of Gwendolyn?
As Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn? Okay.
Sometimes away from any other else. My brother used to call me Gwen, but in front of people it was Gwendolyn all the time.
Gwendolyn. Okay. What about when you'd be walking into a new village and you were referred to as the red-haired sentinel? You were occasionally referred to as Forest's Fury. When you'd enter a new village and you would be recognized by people. Did it bother you to be called those?
No, it's just how they know me.
Okay. So as you clear the fog, the mist that had surrounded you, as it begins lifting up, you find yourself facing a row of corn. You don't remember there being corn in this part of the forest. I mean, occasionally there would be wild corn, but this is a perfectly straight row of corn, roughly 15 feet long. Fully grown, it looks like there's several rows, but this corn, to call this feed corn would be an insult to feed corn. And as you kind of look around, there's a wall behind you.
When did that get here?
And looking to your right, to your left, the wall easily goes 15 feet in each direction. It's 15 feet high. And there's a good 5-foot section of walkway on each side of the row of corn. You're in the back of this walled-in area.
Can I see beyond the corn?
You can see it looks like 4 rows, then it looks like there's a little bit of a space, and then 4 more rows of corn about 20 feet long. You also see within your 60 feet beyond the corn, you see roughly 2 scarecrows. And in between some of the corn and everything else, you see past the 8 rows of corn, a good 30, 40 feet away from you are some more rows of vegetables. You can see the tops of them. You can see the plants and everything. Several rows of that. And beyond that, you see a building. A 2-story building. Sitting up in the windowsill of the 2-story building, looking down towards you, you see a raven. And it appears to be that raven has some bread in its mouth. a rather large piece of bread that it then puts down on the windowsill, and it just kind of looks at you, puts a talon down on top of the bread, reaches down, rips off a piece of the bread, looks at you, tilts its head.
I don't remember seeing this one here. Can I go in the direction of the building? Start walking that way?
Yes. I want to cut back to everyone else for a second. So, as you guys are all, dillying up whatever you're going to be doing, all of a sudden you all do hear, because it's other than the sounds of everybody in that building that were eating, which the grunts, the growls, it's gotten quieter. They're actually getting their fill to where they're almost subdued. Belivar, you're pretty sure some of those creatures are going to be curling up and going to sleep soon. The ones that don't are obviously going to be exploring the building because they've never gotten to have that large of a building before. They're used to those little 10 by 10 squares. You all find yourselves there in the courtyard, headed off to, as you were bringing G. Willie in to meet the other ones, as Joe, as you're coming back with a few more handfuls of corn just in case, as you're all doing what you're doing, Talon, even you, before you were walking across the yard towards the other building to look for some books and stuff, you all kind of stop in your tracks as you hear the bird that Belivar spoke to earlier at the opposite end of the building let out a couple caws, breaking the grunts and growls of the 9 pinned in air creatures who are now eating somewhat, plus the 4 that mongrel folk that are there in the courtyard with you, and some of the growling of your own stomachs, some of the head noise in your own minds, because it's been a day and you're getting tired. It's later in the day. The sun will be going down soon. Up here in the mountains, it's going to start getting cold, and you hear the caw. I want Belivar, Talon, and Alicia to give me animal handling.
Okay, that would be a 13.
Kurz, you can too, since you are such good friends with the Ravens at the Blue Water Inn. DC's a lot higher for you, but you can give me animal handling too. Talon?
15.
15.
15.
Alicia?
16.
14 for me.
14 for you. All 4 of you, but Alicia, especially you, it didn't feel like a normal caw.
Okay.
It was more of a warning caw, something's happening caw. You guys want to do anything?
Yes. I'm going to stop. I assume at this point Otto and Siegfried and the 9 have been more or less cared for, and most of them I can't approach anyway.
Yes.
So I'm just going to leave them to that. I'm going to look around and see that Talon and Belivar also heard it, for sure. And I'm going to grab my staff and I'm going to go through the building where the pens are, and I'm going to go out the other side.
The door's locked.
Is it locked? Well, then I'll go around the edge.
Okay.
And I'll tell everybody I'm gonna go check on my little friend because that sounded off.
I
I'll
will.
go with you.
Thank you for not sending me into the unknown alone in Barovia.
It's like
Oh
she's
no,
like,
that's next week.
Party system.
I.
She is more than capable. I have seen her in action.
She's
She
fine.
can feed him, but can she talk to him?
Why do you think Belvar's going?
I moved. Like, at least you can't talk to birds.
Joe, are you going
Um,
or are you staying?
I'll stay with Kurz and G Willie.
Okay. Savid and Bob are staying with you also. Tobias and Esmeralda have been left at the wagon. Just warning everyone.
Right? This seems like something to pay attention to.
Wagon's going creaking. That's all.
Okay, we will go back to Gwen. Okay, so Gwen, do you see your token on Albert? You are towards where it says Saint Markovia. If you look towards the top.
Oh, way down there.
Yeah, you're
See,
way down
yes,
there.
I see it.
Okay. You have full permission to be able to move your own token. This right here, see a little blue dot?
Do it again?
Okay, see that blue dot by you?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
See how where I'm going with it?
Mhm.
Okay. There is where the raven is, up on the second floor in a windowsill.
All right. I'll start approaching.
Okay. Go ahead and move. Go ahead and take a half movement towards it, please.
Now let me count.
Each square is 5 feet.
Yeah, this should be 30 since I'm not doing anything else. 35 actually. That would be half my movement
Okay.
if I'm not like spending my action to move as well.
Okay. When you get to right about that area, you see the two scarecrows. The one right there to your character's right, with on screen it'd be to your left, and the one right in front of you. You see them like shift and jump down off the poles that they're attached to, and slowly turn their heads to look towards you, and then raise their hand and point at you.
That's great.
That's great.
Just a second. I'm back. Energy low.
Gotcha. So the rest of you. Give me the three of you that followed. Give me a perception roll.
Can I just use my passive?
Can you?
Oh,
just
never
use
mind.
your passive?
I got a natural 20 for a 28.
Oh my gosh! Look at that
15.
nat 20, first one for the night. You said a 15 and another 15.
Yep.
Okay. You both see it, maybe as Alicia points it out, but your raven friend, you see it fly around the corner, land on the top of that small shed, look towards you, caw, and then fly towards the vegetables into the cornfield. Gwen, you hear the caw of the crow again. I mean, raven. This one's a raven, sorry. How dare I? They will be very upset with me. You hear the caw of that raven, and you see it fly away from the windowsill, land somewhere, caw a couple times, and then start like take off and fly towards you and just duck straight down into the corn and land. It's not acting like a regular raven as much as it's acting like it's trying to warn. It's warning someone.
Me?
Gwen, it may be warning you. It might be. It might be warning the scarecrow. You don't think it's warning the scarecrows. You're pretty sure it's not. Doesn't seem like that kind of a warning. What do you want to do,
Right.
ma'am?
Well, I'm gonna take a leaf out of a page out of the bird's book and jump into the corn. Hopefully hide.
Okay, you run towards the corn. Okay. Pull up 2 scarecrows real quick. Shadow. There's 2 scarecrows. Okay. There you come off that, and you can hear the rustling of them slowly walking towards where you are.
Mhm.
And you're just going to be hiding in there. You want to give me a stealth roll, please?
Sure, give me a second. That's a nat 20. Or 25.
Another nat 20. Look at that. First roll. Look at that. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Well then. You are hiding beautifully in there. So beautifully that they are searching and they are not going to find you. At least not right now. What? The rest of you go ahead and move your full movement unless you are dashing.
Okay. Go ahead, Trey.
Belvar's going to move is going to dash. So, okay, on. Was that square right there? Right here.
Okay.
Because that's 60 feet. And I want to double check I can actually do this because I'm not sure my sorcery point spent. I'm going to cast one of my sorcery points, and I am going to be where is it? It's my favorite spell. Misty Step, using my Fey touched Misty Step to go another 60 feet because I have it set to extend.
Okay. Where are you misty stepping to?
I'm gonna Misty Step if I can, like right up on top of the building,
Okay,
like onto
misty
the
step
shed.
on top of the shed. Okay. No,
Yes.
that works. You will have a really good. Go ahead and roll perception at advantage.
Hey, at advantage, that would be the 18 because I've already pre-rolled 4 dice.
Okay.
That'll be an 18 plus 1. That's 19.
Okay. From up there, you see both those scarecrows moving around. It appears neither of them saw you.
Okay.
And you kind of see the raven fluttering around in there a little bit, but you also see another figure in there.
Even though she has a 20 in stealth? Well, not 20 in stealth.
I said you just saw a figure.
Oh.
You see the raven fluttering around, and you see what looks like a figure crouched down in the corn itself, and the scarecrows are looking around.
Belivar is going to glance over, see where the rest of everyone else is. I'm certain I can probably see Talon, correct?
Yeah, he's right beside
yeah.
her. Right there.
Talon's he's gonna hold up 2 fingers because he doesn't want to alert the scarecrows, but he's gonna hold up 2 fingers, letting them know that there's 2 unnatural things to worry about.
Okay. Talon, what are you doing, sir?
Means to use my movement to get there. From this angle, can I see this scarecrow that's closest to me?
Not from that angle, no. But through the you might be able to see this one up here because it's walking this way. From your angle, though, you can't really see that well what's going on.
I guess he'll just wait till his next turn to move up and get a better view and get right beside. How tall is this building that Belivard's on?
The guardhouse. It's a single-story little guardhouse. Think of it like a shed, basically.
10 feet high.
It's actually a 5-foot shed.
Oh.
And it's about 6.5, 7 foot tall.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just move up there so that he can quietly talk to Belivar when he can.
Okay. Alicia.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
my original plan was, as soon as we start walking, I was going to cast Speak with Animals. Can I would I have already cast that, or do I need to use one of my actions now to cast it?
No, you could have cast it before you did.
Okay, so I have Speak with Animals up, and if that's the case, I'm going to move up, and I'll use my dash to get closer to the boys.
Okay. Gwen, why don't you go ahead and give me what's your passive, Gwen? Your passive perception.
21.
Okay.
Holy shit.
You do see up on that building structure to your character's right. You see a man standing up there. Right there. He does look give me a history, Gwen.
He looks friendly. He's giving a peace sign.
Right. History check.
17.
17. He appears to be possibly a Shatter Kai, maybe a Drow. He kind of looks similar to one of those.
surprising.
Not familiar in the lands you thought you were in, that you know you were in just a few moments ago.
Yes. Things are getting more and more complicated.
Anything you want to do while you're crouched down there?
So I'm gonna take a page out of the other traits book now. Cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I find where is it?
So you want to speak with animals. What do you want to, I assume it's to speak to the raven that's hiding in the corn with you. And
Yes.
it's just kind of looking at you. It's in the corn. Every once in a while it'll reposition itself, or it'll flutter up to a different stalk, and as that stalk starts going like this, it'll flutter over to another one. Just kind of moving from one to another. It's not getting a really good position where it can just hang out.
Mhm. I just wanted to whisper to it. Are those things? They obviously aren't friendly. Are they bad for this place?
They no friend. They are not friend. There are friends. There are friends that feed me. They gave me lots of bread. I enjoyed the bread. They gave me lots of bread. They are my friends now. They are two-leg friends like you. They, although the one that fed me, she was short. She was little. Not tall like you. She gave me lots of food. I left some up there.
It's good to be up there.
Yeah, it is safer up there. You are not safe down here in the corn. They're going to and as he looks this way,
I believe you.
And you both look,
Oh, fuck.
You see that this one, right here at the end, is staring directly at you.
Ah.
And let's all roll initiative.
Do.
Everybody else down there at the other end also roll initiative, even if you're not in the combat, please.
Okay, I rolled a 17, sir.
Okay.
You have to. Oh, initiative. Another not 20.
What?
Yeah. It's. I don't get it. 22.
Okay, 22.
14.
Alicia.
12.
Kurz.
16.
Talon.
14.
G. Willie.
He rolled a 23.
You said a 23?
Yes.
And Savid. That would be a Talon. Oh, and Joe, roll for Bob.
He has a 19.
19
Got
for
a
Savid.
5.
Bob got a 5. Way to go, Bob.
Get it, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Bob. Okay. They got a whopping high score. What is G. Willie going to do? Is he hanging out down there with you? Just you guys are. He's pretty excited to go feed everybody, and You guys haven't
Yes,
really
we are.
heard anything going on, so
Yes, we are just kind of hanging out, trying to become acquainted with some of these Bellevues.
okay.
And he will
The
hold any action.
Otto and Zieg right there in the courtyard. Just those four that are in the courtyard, and maybe some of the ones in cages.
Yes.
Okay.
I imagine he is kind of his interest is piqued in the one with wings.
Very much so, and he's being very charismatic with them too.
Yes, any action he would hold because we don't know anything.
Okay. Gwendolyn,
Certainly, if something went wrong, we would have heard a shatter by now.
you would have thought so.
Right?
Old habits.
Old habits. Gwendolyn, what about you, ma'am? What are you doing now that you see this one scarecrow's looking right at you? You guys are looking at him. He's looking at you.
I look at him, and he looks at me.
Had the song in their head.
Sorry, I had to. I just want to confirm, Mr. Bird. So if I just destroy them, is it okay?
Yes, yes. Good to destroy him. Good to destroy him.
Destroy him it is. I should have got a... I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Starry Wisp
Okay.
at the one that is looking at me. I don't like that. That's 26 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And 5, 12 points of radiant damage.
12 points of radiant. Nice.
Mm-hmm. That was my action. I'm gonna take the rest of my movement and maybe do something very stupid. 5, 10,
Okay,
15,
so
20,
that was
23.
difficult terrain. The first
Oh,
movement of that 5 would have cost you 10 feet, just so you know. Or actually,
okay. Let me just count again then. 10, 15, 20, 25, and that should be 30. Enough?
okay, yeah. And down here, where you are now, that is not considered difficult terrain because they're low-lying plants that you can just run over.
Ah,
But
so
the corn is
no
difficult
hiding.
terrain. Yeah, you're not
Okay.
hiding anymore. So do you want to move where you were going? Do you want to head straight to
No,
this?
leave the plants alone. I'm just gonna straight here then.
Okay. Belivar and Talon, you do see a figure come running out of the woods.
The corn.
Definitely female, orangish hair. She's running, so you don't get a really good description of her. Plus, you're definitely in low light right now. So if you have gray vision that kicks in, you wouldn't have the full Technicolor view of what she looks like. Savid, are you also just hanging down there with the people?
Yeah, he doesn't really know what's happening yet.
Okay. Belivar, you're up next.
I saw her shoot something at. Let me get my pointer. This ugly guy right here, right?
Yes, sir. Can you explain to us exactly what your starry wisp kind of looks like, Jasmine?
That's a good question. Never thought of it. Have you ever seen a comet fall, like a star shower, if you will?
Like a comet.
A bit of that
A
light.
comet shower. Okay.
Yes. She grabs a bit of that light on her hand and throws it.
Okay. So that's what you saw, Belivar.
All right. I'm going to go after this guy. Let me just double check my I know it's stupid me double checking distance, but
No, it's okay, man. It's okay.
I always want to make sure it's well within distance. I'm going to actually cast Sorcery Burst on my target, on him.
Okay.
So that'll be a fun thing to see happen. Now, it would help if I rolled roll. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
What is it? D8s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, need to fish out another D8. And reread the rules on this thing because it's weird. To roll an A on a D8. Alright. And that was a 6 and a 2. So that'll be 8 damage and shocking this time, it's lightning damage.
Okay.
8 lightning damage.
How loud is that?
I would say it would probably just sound like have you guys ever heard lightning actually strike real close? Like within like 100 feet of you?
Sounds like lightning. Or
Yeah, like
thunder.
no, like it just like sounds like something just
lightning.
like just like it's like a searing sound. I don't know how to describe how lightning sounds when it just strikes like right next to you.
Deafening?
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Not really. I wouldn't say it's deafening, but like how you would see it is like he just threw a shadowy orb at the
Right.
scarecrow, and then it just burst into lightning, basically.
Okay.
So they probably saw a flash or something happen.
I think that's what, so. The rest of you, which is Bob, Savid, Otto, Zeke, Joe, Kurz, and G Willie, you all hear the crackle of thunder, but as you all look up, yeah, it's gray skies as normal, but you don't see actual thunderstorm in the sky. And it did sound like it came from over near the field where the vegetables and everything are. Just so you guys know.
I'm gonna look at Kurz and Svid and I'm gonna be like, does that mean we need to go help them?
Sounds like rain. Sounds like it's going to rain. I think it.
Tut tut.
I can check it out.
You're right. That usually when you hear thunder, it sounds like it's going to rain. But I do not see the cloud in the sky that caused such a thunderous sound.
I think if something would have happened, they would have screamed or something by now.
You would. I agree. I agree, Joe. Joe, if they were in trouble, they would let us know. And Bob just slowly shakes his head.
Okay.
I can check if you'd like. If it make you feel better, I can go look.
And if you can see any of them, when you stick your head out, you know, see if you can get their attention. Thumbs up or
Give me
thumbs
6
down.
seconds.
Okay.
So where did you go to? Stepped out there? Because it is your
Is it
turn,
my turn?
Curse. Yes, it's your turn.
I will. Do I need to measure how far it is?
No, because I think that is only, I mean, it's like 120 feet to where Belivar is, but from right there, looking, you would see, um, Alicia, you weren't running, were you?
I did use the dash.
You did? Okay. You see
I did
them
dash.
running that direction, Curse.
It appears that they are doing something more than usual. Well, it is kind of the usual. What do we do? But it looks like we're doing what we do.
Okay. Well, let's go follow.
Talon, you were up. What are you doing, sir?
Talon is going to move up to here where Bellavard is. Can he see this scarecrow or both scarecrows from here?
From there, you can definitely see that one.
Okay.
The other one, yeah, you can see it. No problem.
All right. And looking at her, she definitely doesn't look like one of the Bellevues.
She does not look like a Bellevue in any way, shape, or form. From this distance, you are less than 25 feet away from her. Gwendolyn, will you please describe to Belivar and Talon, soon to be Alicia there also, who they see in front of them? Alicia, you can barely see this around the corner of that wall. Yeah, we'll roll for you in a second, Alicia. So, Gwendolyn, please explain to them what they see.
So you see an elf. She's around 5'7". She has orange reddish hair and blue eyes. A green cape, dark green, like forest green, something that would blend in with the environment. And a lighter green dress over lighter pants and boots. That's it, basically. And a staff.
Okay.
Okay.
Can they tell that you're an elf?
My ears aren't covered.
Okay.
In that case, when Talon gets there, he's gonna look over, see that, and he's gonna tell Belivar to hold off, and he's gonna look at Gwendolyn and tell her to hurry up and run this way.
Okay.
Because odds are the Bellevues are still gonna need these guys to protect their corn. Here in a little bit, they're gonna need all the help they can get. Let's not destroy their scarecrows and just
That's
get out
why
of
I asked the bird.
as he says that to Bellivard.
Save the property.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna run as fast as I can out there.
Okay.
I can't
Double
get
movement.
far,
Okay. That'll be your movement.
but no, I'm
Alicia.
gonna do double movement.
What are you doing, Alicia?
So I was getting ready to get everybody anyway. So when Joe and Kurz come out, Alicia's like turned halfway and she's pointing. And Kurz, in your head, you hear there's something in the garden. And it is Alicia's voice, at least, so there's some context.
It is a very new concept, though.
Especially for the
And-
person we met like this morning.
You know me for what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
And now she's making you hear voices in your head.
And I'm gonna run in.
You can stop there.
Okay.
I mean, you can keep going, but I want you to know that right there, give me a history. No, give me a nature.
Okay. 17.
17. That is the forest's fury running towards you.
Yeah, not going any further. She stops dead in her tracks. And then there's a beat where she's just frozen. And then she kind of catches up and she just motions you forward. Just come on. And she'll take another step out. Not even 5 feet, just another step towards you. And she's rushing you towards her.
Okay. Joe, go ahead and move Bob. Talon and Belivar, give me an insight.
Okay. Uh-huh. Do. That is a 19.
17.
You both did clock Alicia's almost immediate change in behavior. Even though you just met her, Alicia, what would they notice? What is your general? What changed as soon as you saw Gwendolyn?
So she was running full out into this. Like above table, she was going to dash into this cornfield to figure out what was going on because she was headed to the Raven. And she basically skidded to a stop and like her hands dropped and she's just almost slack-jawed staring for a second before she started like maybe even more urgency than the situation warrants since she has no idea what's going on yet. Started rushing and hurrying this woman towards her.
Okay. The Raven now flies and lands right there on that. It's not a half wall. I mean, it is a full wall. It lands right there on the top of that wall. Just a little over your head, Talon. It's about a 6.5, 7 foot tall wall. But I mean, it's only 5 foot long. So the Raven flies to right there. Alicia, you'd already cast it. And Gwen, you casted it earlier, but it hasn't been too long. So you both would understand as it lands there. And maybe even as it's flying over both of your heads. Get away from the corn, get away from the corn. They protect the corn. They protect the corn.
Gotcha.
Does Alicia have time to say something over her shoulder?
To the bird, yeah.
To Talon and to Belivar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She's going to look at the bird and nod and then look at the boys and say, "Get out of the garden."
Are we even in?
You two aren't in the garden. 20? 5, 10.
Mm.
Okay, that one will be able to attack
Yay, that's so good to hear.
you. So good to hear.
You're the one that rolled like 2 nat 20s in a row.
Yep.
We're not talking about that.
Don't jinx it.
Gwen, does a 12 hit you?
No.
I'm sure a 22 does, though.
You'd be right, though.
Okay.
I would like it not to.
You would like it not to?
I cast shield on her.
It wouldn't help. I have the spell.
As it rakes its claws into you, you will take 8 damage.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. 8. Just a second. Okay.
Okay. And the other one did its full movement. Bob has gone. G. Willie.
G. Willie would have seen Kurz take off. So he would follow.
Nat 20. G.
Simon.
Willie also heard everything.
Simon. That's not Simon.
Good ears.
Did somebody rename him on there?
Yeah, it says Simon.
I will change it to G. Willie. Calm down.
Let's see. He's got 50 feet, so.
Y or an IE?
Why?
Because I asked. A Y or an IE?
I get it. Kurz doesn't understand your jokes, but I get it.
Okay.
Oh, that's his movement, and
Yeah.
he will dash.
Okay.
He will dash.
Dash.
That will be his turn.
Okay. Gwendolyn, you are up, ma'am.
I'm gonna run out of the garden. And
Okay, he gets an attack of opportunity, though.
I'm aware. 15, 20, 25,
Ouch.
30.
Dirty 20 will hit you.
Dirty 20, eh? Shield.
Dirty 20 to hit you. Shield, okay.
Let me waste. Use the spell.
That's a D6, or it automatically pumps you up to what?
Isn't it
I think it
plus
pumps
5
up to-
automatically?
I
Yeah,
think it is.
increases the AC up 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be 21.
Okay. So it goes to rake its claws against your back as you're running away, and it almost catches the fabric of your blouse.
Nope. Don't touch me.
No touchy.
No touchy. There was a reaction, right?
That was its
I
reaction,
can take
yes.
And mine for shield. So
Yes.
I can take a few more steps. I will just go here.
Okay.
Take the dash action. Out of the garden.
Savid?
Savid will take his turn. He has just start running.
I'll just ask the bird if they stop attacking once you're out of the garden.
Yes. You leave the garden, they leave you alone.
Good enough.
Savid's there. He's got his bow out. He doesn't have it drawn or anything, and he's even more confused than poor Savid usually is.
And that's a lot.
That is a lot. There's a new person. There's people attacking things, but you can't see anything.
Okay. Belivar.
I am gonna drop darkness right
Okay.
on them.
How big's that circle?
That is a 15-foot.
Radius?
Yep,
I think
15-foot
it's
radius. The 15-foot radius. If it was a diameter. Actually, no, radius is more dangerous, honestly. That covers a lot bigger area.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. 15-foot radius.
And I'm dropping it right
Yep.
onto them. And as Belvar does that, he's going to say, there's our cover. Let's back out of here. And he leaves off the building. He just goes and just walks himself off the building and just stops right there.
Give me either athletics or acrobatics as you dismount from the building, just to make sure you don't hurt your ankle or anything.
Out from the building.
Because you were on the roof.
Acrobatics
I would make him a.
is a lovely 16.
Okay, no problem. Next is Kurz. Kurz, you see Belivar jump off the roof, and it is not like some beautiful, parkour or anything like that, but he leapt off the top of the building and kind of sprung with his knees when he landed, and whatever was going on may have been taken care of by them. You're not sure.
I am not sure. If I am not sure, I would be the one to be the front line. So I am way not the front line right now. So I need to be up in the front line just to make sure everyone is okay. So I will use 130 feet of my movement. I won't use it all. I will stop when I see Alicia, because I would have went by everyone else.
Okay.
Who's
And you did see
immediately
somebody new whose hair was more orange than you.
I would have ran by looking, because it isn't. Kurz is not familiar with new people. He would have looked, maybe even double glanced, but on mission, he would run up to Alicia, who was in the very front, where she does not need to be, and
Kurz, as you were going by, Belvar would say, "Don't go in."
I will leave when everyone else gets out. And I will make it up to Alicia, and I will say, "Are we good? Is this done? What is going on?"
Yes. She would be waving you back out of the garden.
Okay. Oh, that was 110 feet a moment, so I have another. I can get back out.
Wanted to make sure you couldn't just go in and just end up stuck in there and getting tanked by scarecrows.
It is my specialty.
I might have to cast a shatter on you then.
That is my other specialty.
Talon followed by Joe.
If everybody's moving back, he's gonna move back. He's gonna stay like just behind our new person.
Okay.
For right now.
Joe, then Alicia.
I am going to run up to right next to G. Willie and Bolivar, ask if everybody's okay.
Alicia said we all have to fall back. Once she is out, I believe everything is good. I just bought us a few moments of visible time with darkness so we can all get out without having to be worried about getting attacked.
Okay. And
Still need to get
Alicia.
out?
She is gonna come back around like in this corner and she's going to address the Raven. Thank you. Are you sure that we're safe now?
Yeah, they've never left the garden. They when 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 Cloven would go in, Cloven would usually like stop right here at the entrance, and he'd see where they are, and he'd take off and he'd put a bunch of corn in the bucket, and then he'd run back. And by the time he got back to the wall right here, they would have jumped down off their posts and be slowly making their way. They're not really fast, but they protect the garden, especially the corn.
You're so smart.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good birdie.
And she'll look at
this is
Talon
a new
and
person.
Kurz. She'll look at Talon and Kurz and say, "We should be safe here. They only protect the garden."
All right. Very well.
And you guys are effectively out of combat because you see them come forward, but when they get out of, they walk straight ahead. When they get here and they see you're all out, they both look around. And then this one starts slowly walking over the plants and heading back towards his post. This one comes forward and just paces a little while, back and forth. Almost very predatorial as it's pacing back and forth, looking at you guys. And after you don't do anything, it eventually heads back towards its post. And as you all watch the Raven goes, see, they won't bother you if you're not in here. You stay out. You stay out the garden. They don't bother you.
Alicia's gonna stand on tiptoes. She's gonna grab like the last 3 or 4 kernels of corn that were in her bag, and just on tiptoes try to stand up and hand it to the Raven.
He will fly down because it's a good 7-foot tall wall. How tall? How tall is Alicia?
She's like 4 foot tall.
Yeah. So he flies down and grabs it and kind of lands on your shoulder to take it from you, and then flies back up to this corner of the roof. I didn't know you were gonna go in the garden. How'd you get in the garden, lady?
It is a very good question that I wish I had an answer to.
Are you
I
okay?
myself don't know. Scratches. My pride has been hurt, but good overall.
I will extend my hand and I will, as if to shake your hand and say, I am Curse.
Hello. I'll shake your hand.
Okay, I will do a hand of healing
Ooh.
using a key point. And you will get 6 points of healing.
Thank you. That puts me almost back at what I was.
Kurz, will you also please describe yourself and describe how you do that hand of healing, what it looks like?
Yes. What you see before you is about a 3-foot tall orange tabaxi. I have a long black robe on with a hood. If you look close, you can see some assorted patches on the inside of it. And I have tattered robes that I wear at this point, and in between some of the tatters, you will see three large scratches across his chest, from his shoulder across his chest, that he got from a hag. And
Ouch.
yes, and that is curse. Orange in color. If you look real close, you will see that his claws, both on his hands and his feet, are silver tipped.
Hmm. Nice.
And as far as the hand of healing goes, in this particular case, uh, I would have closed my eyes as you took my hand, and you would have just felt a warmth coming from my pads, my beans, going into your hand, and you would feel the warm sensation going up your arm.
Oh, thank you.
Healing bean
You are
toes.
Why don't you go ahead and describe G. Willie also? G. Willie is an
Oh, I
NPC that's with the group.
don't really know if I know what he really looks like. He's
Okay.
he's he's a
He
smaller
is,
boy,
yeah.
and he is. I don't know. I picture him as more gaunt, uh, with his facial features kind of recessed. You'd see his teeth are pointed, like they're all jagged and pointed and stuff. He's. I don't know
Jasmine,
too
have you
much
ever
more than that.
seen the cartoon The Wild Thornberries?
I think I have indeed.
Hey, there's a little boy on that cartoon that is very feral. And then in the original Mad Max, there is a little boy who is also feral that throws a
Mm.
boomerang. G. Willie is that he looks to be somewhere around the age of 5, but this little boy is more muscular than a barbarian halfling. He is just very lean and trimmed and cut, very low body fat whatsoever. Um, you might catch. I mean, when he stands, he kind of stands um, more like a gorilla would stand, than a human, than a small boy. Sometimes when he runs, he will almost drop to like all fours to run. And besides those sharp teeth, it appears to be that he has multiple rows of sharp teeth, almost like a shark. And occasionally you will see him flick his tongue, which is a long, more thin tongue that is forked. Um, and his dirty, nasty fingernails are more claw-like than fingernail-like. Then there is Savid, who is another NPC. Savid looks like he's Middle Eastern, and he is what's known as a Dusk Elf. Why don't you go ahead and give me a history?
Give me a second. It was 13.
Okay, you he resembles what you've heard of called before Dusk Elf. Dusk Elves are not native to most lands. You've only heard of them coming from this land called Barovia. Um, but that's about all you know about them. They seem to be like similar to wood elves, like a wood elf and a drow mixed almost, with their demeanor being very much more like a wood elf. Then there's Belivar. Belivar, will you describe yourself as you're standing there?
You will notice that he has like a pale red eyes, but he has like normal tanned skin, white hair, and elfish ears. And what he's wearing is like a long vest of a dark black, more like a dark gray, and a light gray tunic underneath, and dark pants. But it's patchwork from being on the road and in many fights nowadays than it was once before. It's no longer as pristine as it used to be.
Next would be Talon, who's standing basically behind you, Gwendolyn.
Mm-hmm.
Is a Shatterkai. He is a very well dressed person. He carries a walking cane with him where he goes. You can tell that he's very almost like no armor on. It's been modified to kind of give him a little extra protection. He doesn't even look like he carries that many weapons on him. Basically, he looks like he should be a librarian than out here. His clothes have been mended very well several times, but he still takes very good care of them. And pretty much that's Talon.
Joe.
Joe is dressed in all black with a black hood. She has dark brown leathers. She's got gray hair. You can't tell, but she is also an elf. Um, she has a regular colored eye and then an eye that looks white, and a nasty star that goes down her face over the white eye.
Okay. And Alicia.
So Alicia is almost 4 foot tall. She's got reddish, brownish red hair. She has on a green cloak that's like swirled with muted blues and greens. It looks like galaxies on it. She's just have an appropriately sized staff that she carries. And then just you can tell there's armor probably underneath the cloak, but it's big enough that it kind of drapes over her body. And then just like well worn travel boots. And she's probably caught between not looking at you and staring at you.
And bringing up the rear of the group that you would see coming towards the group, Gwendolyn, is a suit of armor that, as it got right out there, you recognize it more as a magical animated suit of armor than somebody wearing armor.
Mm-hmm.
What are you all doing now? Now that the scarecrows have stayed inside the garden area, you guys are all gathered there together.
I want to test, and it's not here. Great. Ah, here. Goodberry. Offer one
Okay.
for the raven. Don't call it a crow.
It swoops down, grabs it, and then lands on this wall. Thank you.
We
Thank
need
you
to
for your
actually come
help.
up with
Because
a
it has
name
not been
because I
10
think we're
minutes
gonna.
yet. What'd you say?
We need to find out a name for this raven. He's becoming our pet.
His name is Thaddeus.
I mean, we
Yeah.
are giving him a ride out of here, so.
Showing our good friend.
Eat 2 more to just, since I have them, get up to my full HP.
Okay.
Hello. Where are we? I wasn't here before.
You weren't in Barovia?
Oh, we're in Barovia.
Yes.
Great.
I'm
Where are
guessing
you
you
from?
just showed up.
Yeah. Now, where were I? I don't actually know where I was. Yeah,
Before you came here? Were you just wandering?
mostly.
Oh.
Alicia, you've heard of this woman. You know who she is. Are you awestruck or
So it takes her a minute, like, to kind of gather her thoughts. But she sees her feed the raven, and she kind of glances up at her bird, and she steps forward, and she's kind of wringing her hands a little bit, and she's like, you're the forest fury, aren't you?
I am. Oh, yes, I am. I go by Gwen, though.
Gwen. Okay. I've heard stories. I I didn't even think you were real.
Oh, I am. Pleasure to meet you.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. And she'll hold out her hand, like, I guess, up at you. I'm
I'll
I'm
shake your
Alicia.
hand. Hello,
Um,
Alicia.
and if it makes you feel better, I didn't know we were in Barovia either. I don't know where we are.
It does. It helps. And
anybody
so,
else?
and Gwen, who are you? Turn to the everybody
I'm
else.
Belle. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Belavar. And Seti, out of curiosity, would my bardic history have know the name?
Um, what what land were you from?
I believe you said I was from a small place in Faerun somewhere. I never specified the exact city.
Give me a history since you are from Faerun.
Net one.
Nope, never heard of her.
Yeah, your tales never reached my ears.
Nope.
I didn't spread them anyways.
Talon's gonna suggest that we work our way back towards the living quarters. He doesn't like standing right here.
Right.
Sounds
Yes,
like a good idea, Talon.
we
Yeah,
should go inside.
and it's probably starting to get a little darker and darker. I don't like being outside.
Oh my.
What
I
what
moved
are we
everybody.
supposed to do? What are we supposed to do about them being able to get their own food now, though?
That
We're
is
gonna
a
have to talk to Otto and Siegfried because they need to be able to farm there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there more farmland?
Does anybody have any good ideas for them?
I mean,
Take out the scarecrows, and maybe they'd be able to use their own field.
Yeah, but that field's
There's
only it.
if
The field's barely enough for 3 of them to live great on.
true.
we'll Well, here's the thing. I can make a lot more than the garden fertile. So they don't have to use it necessarily. But like I can make like a whole half mile where they can garden on it.
So you make like everything inside this wall.
Or
then-
well, it would reach more than a wall and walls. But yes.
Yeah, but it goes up like 100 feet, like every.
Yeah, it goes up quite a bit.
Yeah, it goes
Um,
up, drops really fast.
I'm gonna say it'd probably be close to this whole like up like to the 1,000-foot mark. I think roughly half
So,
mile.
so the Abbey's at the 700 feet, right? So that would only be about 300-foot incline. That's not too terrible. But the higher we go up, the more snow would be.
I think maybe we are missing a good opportunity to interact with the folks in town as well. I mean, if we have this up here for, I mean, we fed all of these people with what was here, plus a hero's feast. I understand that, but they have been getting by with what is here. If we can make some of the grounds below more fertile and enriched for farming, and then the Belleviews can come down and help work the ground with some of the townsfolk, and try to make more of a symbiotic relationship with these town instead of two different groups. I
Yeah.
think it would benefit all.
Yeah.
Why not both?
We need to go talk to his name's not Dominic, hang on. Dimitri. We'd have to go talk to Dimitri and maybe see if they have some cold hardy crops too. Because the Belleviews could grow those up here.
That
I
would
think
be
we
good.
should at least speak with them first if this is even a possibility, though.
The town?
Yes.
Oh,
Because what if the townspeople are like, we got enough problems, we don't want to have
Why
to deal with
wouldn't
it.
the town want fertile land?
Oh, we need to tell you a lot has happened today.
well, you don't.
Oh,
Do you know what Belleviews are?
no. I assume Belleville was the name of the city, town, village.
Actually, she should be walking in to see Otto and Siegfried right now.
Okay. So
Let's introduce them.
I will introduce her to Otto and Siegfried right after our 8 o'clock break because it is 8:03 here in the St. Louis, Missouri area. I realize that means it's 10 o'clock for you, Jasmine, but it's 8 o'clock here. Or is it? It's 10 o'clock.
No,
for
you're
you,
right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we like to take what's called an eight at eight. So we're going to go ahead and take our 8 o'clock break, about 8 minutes. Then I will come back. If you need 10 to 15, go ahead and take your 10 to 15. We will come back after 8 minutes. We might hang out with the people in Twitch for a little bit, answer questions if there are any, talk to them, joke, get to know each other a little bit better, and then we will start playing again. Okay? So I will go ahead and turn the camera off and mute us on Twitch so that we can go do what we got to do. Twitch, VOD. I'm going to be running the slideshow with the music by Jinx. So enjoy and just go hydrate. Go for a little walk. We'll be back in 8 minutes, okay? Thank you very much.
I'm back.
Please
Yes, come back.
Or just stay.
Or just stay.
Or
Stay.
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 What class did Llewellyn play in this group? Llewellyn, I could have sworn she was like a druid.
Ollie oxen free.
She was a caster.
Yeah, I remember her turning into a. She turned into like a mouse or something when we went into the coffin makers.
Yeah, she was a druid. Jasmine, what do you think so far?
Great.
Good? Okay.
I'm having fun.
Good. Good. There's Bill. Is that popcorn Bill's trying to get?
Nope.
Jasmine, do you have any animals?
I have 2 kids. Cats. I was going to call them kittens, but they're not. They're not kittens anymore. It's hard to understand me. Does
No, they're
the
not kittens
accent-
anymore.
No, they are.
Kittens.
Well, yeah, they are fully grown cats, but kittens in my heart.
Always be my babe.
Yes, they will always be your babies.
Bob's like, what do you have?
Not my
And I
cat,
have-
not you. Not you.
Cat, do you have any cats still? 'Cause I never see your cats anymore.
So George is old. He stays in like 2 areas. He's either in the garage because it's warm, or he's on the dining room table because that's where his food is. Otherwise, Cat just lays there all the time.
And where's Spike?
It's his spot. Right there.
The black void.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
Where's
chilling.
Cowboy?
Out in his bed in the living room.
Okay.
Let me check your fork real quick. Which fork do you have?
That's Renee.
That is.
Can't mistake the Nene.
I thought you had my fork. We were about to fight, you guys.
We're gonna
Autism
fight
is-
over a fork?
Autism
Hey.
is real. Hey,
Hey, you have your favorite cup. You have your favorite plate. You gotta have your favorite utensils.
big
I'm sorry.
fork, bro.
I think that's a little autistic.
Never said we weren't.
I don't think anybody's making that counter argument.
Nope.
I literally went to a hot dog stand to order their hot dog called Touch-a-tism. I wanted the Dino Nuggies.
You're just being rude.
Oh, okay.
Quit.
Bill being rude again.
Go.
We're just watching Bob.
You guys missed it when Danny was out here Friday night. Mr. Kurz himself got into the inner sanctum.
I know.
Did you do what was requested?
I don't have to do what was requested. All I have to do is come in with the vicinity of it, and then those dice rolls become like mine.
There you go. That's what we need.
A proximity-based curse.
Press
The 4
on.
nat 20s tonight. One of them is from purple.
You didn't do what was requested. You were supposed to be cursing them or hiding them.
Well, you said
Well-
curse. I started here curs.
You just batted them around a little bit.
You just praised him.
You it's what monks would do.
I admitted to Danny Friday night. I was like, look, I got to be honest. My anxiety got a little raised. Just a little bit. I was a little worried about my dice. Danny, as you and your wife drove off, I turned and looked at Mama, and I was like, do I need to go inside and check my dice? She goes, no, your dice are fine.
It's one of those
Only
like
left unsupervised for like 5 minutes.
He vanished, and I was like, I'm going inside. He supposedly was coming out of the bathroom.
Supposedly.
Maybe.
I don't feel like you'd have a little like tracking taser on me to make sure I didn't go try to curse your dice or something.
I was talking to Missing about it the other day. At the first gathering, I kept the purple D20 in my pocket almost the entire gathering.
You didn't trust like half the guys there because they all were getting having the suffering.
Well, it's also the point that Floki slept in my office on a air mattress. So he was going to be in here all night long unsupervised.
For Floki, I would definitely make sure it was
Mm-hmm.
It was
taken care
go
During
out
the
back with the 12
daytime,
gauge.
Nene came in here a couple different times to talk to people. Yeah, and some shady people were in my house that weekend.
Weren't they also trying to like set up your rigging and such as well?
Well, supposedly they were trying to get my my computer system and everything set up for Discord and stuff, but that was what they said they were doing.
I mean, Jamie's gone in there how many times?
Yeah, Jamie's been in this office a lot, but Jamie also won't mess with my dice.
No, she'll
Trust
just hide
Jamie.
them. She'll just hide
would-
sets of dice.
She will
Being
hide
the
brand
one
new
that
ones that I haven't gotten yet.
Yeah. I really wish we could have done that one lot like in person because that would have been entertaining for all of us.
Oh, the one where you told me to turn around and open the box?
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, how does he know there's a box sitting behind me that's red?
Mysteriously.
Let me finish this
And
other
Mama
cookie
said
and we can get back to work.
Yeah,
What,
but Mama
Trey?
said he was even set in on it too somehow. Jamie recruited her.
Yeah, she had her come in here and put a bag in here one time that she kept hidden from me.
That's pretty darn good.
With the law, if you want to mess with SETI, seek out Jamie or Mama SETI, or both. They're very good agents.
Both is good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, are you guys ready to get back to it?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. So, as you all come back into the Abbey area itself, you kind of introduce Gwendolyn to Otto and Siegfried. Otto is roughly 4'9" and kind of squats instead of standing. He resembles a beardless dwarf with patches of donkey flesh covering parts of his face and his body. When his hood is down, he has one human ear and one wolf ear. He does have a protruding wolf snout with fangs. His arms and hands are very human like, but his legs look like that of a leonin. Um, but he has a donkey's tail. He can speak somewhat common, but his laugh, when he does laugh, sounds just like a donkey braying. Siegfried, on the other hand, she stands 4'7", and the left side of her face and body are covered in lizard scales, whereas the right side has tufts of wolf, gray wolf. And between those tufts is a pale human colored skin. One of her eyes is a very feline eye, and her fingers and hands resemble cat paws and with opposable thumbs. Very very tabaxi like. She does have somewhat of a gruff voice, and she's always wearing a dark cloak. So they're both standing there, Jasmine, as you come walking back. Why don't you go ahead and give me an Arcana or a history roll, Gwendolyn.
I rolled Arcana 25.
25. Nice roll. You have heard of creatures like this. They are typically created using some type of magic that is not quite. It's almost like hebomancy, which is blood magic, but it's where they're grafting different parts from different creatures and creating one creature. It's some very high, powerful magic, but it's also very specialized magic, to where not many mages would have this skill, or many people in general would have this skill, but it would be somebody that's specialized in it. Both of them are. They kind of bow as they're introduced to you, and Alto's like, "Hello, Gwendolyn. Why do you appear? Why do you appear in our corn?"
That is indeed a very good question, one I don't have an answer to. But I'm happy to be here.
I don't have an answer either.
I don't think anybody does.
Then I won't ask anyone else if nobody else has the answer.
You can be free to ask. Maybe someone does, but I don't think
Do
any of us
know
do.
why she was in the corn?
We got
No?
brought here probably by the fog.
The mist?
Well, I did see mist and fog. Bit of both. And usually dense.
I don't know what that means.
A lot of fog. It was very heavy fog.
Oh, okay. A lot of fog. Heavy fog. We see heavy fog sometimes. Not usually this high up. We see lots of heavy fog down around village and over on other land, and we see lots of it. Are you here to help also?
I can help.
These people, very helpful, very friendly, nice. They have helped, and and they have freed all my family, even some of the family that probably shouldn't be free.
Like
They're
how he
good
said
people
that,
then.
lock the doors back up on him.
Make sure they're good.
What what do we do now? You you have taken care of the abbot and his creations, the bride and the one, and you took care of Cloven.
Um, what?
They
Ugh.
killed they killed the bad people.
Basically.
Oh.
It was many parts of a person put together that he was trying to give to somebody to fill the hole of love in his heart.
That's a very strange gift.
That's why he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Proceed.
Well, now we've got to try to make sure these guys are taken care of.
We were talking before about fertile land.
You're not gonna find a
They-
lot of that here.
I'm a druid.
A lot of snow around and not much sunlight. In all of Barovia, really.
Again, I'm a druid. That means nothing, basically.
Well, aren't you special?
Oh, yeah, yes, I am.
It's terrible.
She really is special, you guys.
Well,
You make a villain.
don't know many
How,
druids, so.
how you special? You special like Otto special. I very good digger.
Ooh, Otto is very special then.
I very good digger. Um
Very good
and
digger.
Siegfried, she is really good with people.
That'll be good.
Siegfried is very special then, as well.
Yeah. Um, all my family's special in their own ways. It's just some of them hard to find what's special.
Everybody is special in a special way.
What we do now?
First thing,
I think for now we should probably rest up, and then tomorrow we plan further and talk to the Burgermeister down the hill.
Oh, Dimitri. Siegfried and I, we have met Dimitri.
Is he nice?
Um, he is short with us. He keeps it very short. Business. We do business and then go. Do what you come for, then go.
Some people can be like that.
We
But
have
he's
met him,
nice.
and he was the same way.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. But since it's so late, it would probably be a good idea to stay here for the night, and then.
Oh yeah,
maybe some of-
you can stay here for night.
Okay. Who do we need to make sure are still locked up?
Everyone be locked up. Not
So
not
everybody.
Siegfried can I. When you say locked up, like back in the cages.
Do we need to lock everybody in the cage, or do they just need to go there to sleep?
Um,
Can we leave the cages open and just lock the main door?
Yeah. Let them roam.
we did just feed him a lot, so that might help.
yeah.
At least for the night.
I'm not sure. And he turns towards Siegfried. You did just feed them. Even the ones that are aggressive have been fed. So there is there's a very there's a very good chance that just locked in the building, having room to spread out, having room to have their own little space, there is a good chance it will be okay. There is very good chance it will be okay.
Well, that and they just got like what 20 some beds.
Yes.
Because we can still go upstairs.
Oh, in the other room.
Yeah.
We can spread them out a little bit more to put them to bed.
And we did take all the weapons we found, right?
Yeah. I believe so, anyways.
Well, I took the saw, and I don't think there was really.
Somebody had a dagger. Bless you.
That was
That was
in one of these
confiscated.
here, though. I thought.
Yeah, that was confiscated. The dagger, I remember that too.
Yep, okay.
Oh yeah.
We could put the caregivers and the more timid ones up in Cloven's room, away from the more aggressive ones.
Oh, and some of the younger ones too.
The babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have their own little fort, though. Are they going to want to leave that, or should we just lock them in their little
I'd
deal?
we
lock
could-
them in so they're okay.
We
can
could
offer it.
ask.
Let's suggest we give Otto and Siegfried the keys.
You want to do what?
Give Otto and Siegfried the keys. So they can actually decide it all.
I don't
What-
know.
what-
Otto not good with decisions. Otto, you decide. You tell Otto I do.
Okay.
Siegfried goes.
Actually,
I I've never had to make those decisions, and I would not want the family to feel like I was deciding for them. We are used to. How do I put this politely and not insult you? We're used to normal people making the decisions, not
Oh,
mongrel folk like us.
okay.
well, I hate to say this, buddy, but you guys are going to have to start making some big decisions.
We can point you in the right direction, but you're still gonna have to make decisions with everybody to make sure you're all safe. We can't stay here.
All of us make a decision.
Well,
Yeah.
and,
At least the rational ones.
yeah, that you don't have to do everybody. If you don't think some could make a good decision, just keep it with the ones that you think would make good decisions.
Safe
Make
decision.
it like a committee.
Yeah.
A committee.
Several of us are committed, and some of us need to be committed.
So you don't have the ones that need to be committed make decisions.
You ever made a decision already?
I did. What decision did I make already?
You know that some of them are not ready to make decisions.
That's a decision I made.
You know which ones are which.
Oh,
You know your family better than anyone else ever could.
yeah.
Yes.
And I don't want you to believe that we would just leave you here to your own devices. We are here to help. It is true we cannot stay for a very long, forever, but
Yeah.
we would not just leave you. I'm sure we would find some way to accommodate. You are more comfortable on your own, eventually.
But you are staying tonight.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
What?
The plan isn't to leave right away. The plan is to make sure you guys will be okay
What is right
before we
away?
leave.
What is right away? Is right away tomorrow?
Well, we'll have to leave to go talk in town, but we'll be back after that.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
we'll be
okay.
back. We'll probably leave. Belvar's then gonna look. Well, in probably about 2, maybe 3 days.
You're
Give us
leaving.
plenty of time to make sure everything is set for them, or will we need more time?
Alan's gonna step in and say, I don't. If we stay too much longer, we might draw somebody else up here that we don't want up here.
Because we still need to get that one person for them before we get in trouble.
Yeah, I don't want her
Yes.
up here, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Him, we really do not want up here.
No, neither one. So if we can not draw either one of them this direction, that would be good.
Isn't this place holy land?
Do you
Sacred
see
land?
nations?
Maybe, but I don't think it would make much of a difference. Would we know if Baba Yaga would be able to come on this land?
You're not sure.
Would I know if Strahd's able to come onto this land?
Um,
Like into the Abbey?
you haven't found anywhere yet that Strahd couldn't go.
Right.
Queensland.
Actually, did it? Wasn't the church well provided in Valaki?
You've never seen him in the church, and the church says that it is holy, sanctified, hallowed ground that Strahd cannot come on.
Because we did the whole find the bones for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
This is the Abbey of Saint Markovia. Is that holy?
Did somebody sanctify it? Made it into hollowed ground?
I do not
It
know.
should be.
Belivar, give me a history for Saint Markovia.
Alrighty, sir.
I was going to ask, have I come across any of that in my readings?
Go ahead and give me a history check in your readings.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
$15.
Between the two of you, you know that this abbey was once a hospital and a convent. Fell on hard times once the mist really took effect. Some of the clergy even fell prey to Strahd. You know that Saint Markovia was a priest of the Morning Lord who once actually took a stand against the devil himself. Markovia and her most loyal followers stormed the castle once, and were never heard from again.
Okay.
Probably enough to say no.
Yeah.
Jasmine, is it cold?
it is winter for me.
Ah,
Yeah, it's winter in the southern hemisphere.
okay.
That it is.
I just don't think of Brazil as being cold.
Yeah, we have all 4 seasons. You'll find
that's
people
what
on
you
the
guys know.
beaches even on winter, but still.
Do you guys get snow at all?
We do. In certain points here, on my town, no.
Okay.
But yes, we do.
So that's what you guys know about Markovia. So it's very possible that it's Holy Land, but you're not positive that it's Holy Land.
So, either way, because we're not sure, it would not be a good idea to try to draw him near here.
Him or her.
Yeah.
Either one. That's why I was just allotting us at least 2 to 3 days. We should be okay with that much time frame.
Gwendolyn, you don't know who they're talking about. Do you know who they're talking about, Alicia? Okay.
I have plans for that though.
You have plans for what you don't know?
Yeah, to figure out what the hell they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's
Basically,
kind of one
ask,
of those.
what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah, we made a deal with the devil when we're trying to say we don't want to deal with him.
Yeah,
Ah,
kind of did.
great.
But we needed to
One or
take
the
out
other.
another one, so.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
What?
Yeah. Exactly. What?
I did. So we had to make a deal that we didn't really want to make, in order to keep somebody alive, but we also have to take out somebody else. So in order to make sure everybody here stays okay, we can't stay in this location very long because we have to go kill that other one. And we have to make sure we kill that other one in a timely manner so the other one that we made the deal with doesn't get mad at us and try to off us also, because we don't need that one near the other one.
I would like names, but the situation is there or dire. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you names, just not where the Bellevues are right now. I don't need to worry about
I
it.
have no. There's no rush. I'm new here. Mm. It's fine.
Because we're kind of in a rush.
Absolutely understandable. So to fix the bell viewers, is that name?
Bellevue's.
View situation.
We are Bellevue's. Or did you guys go away to talk about this?
No, we
Are you
haven't
still
yet.
right
No.
there in front of Otto and Siegfried?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
We are Bellevue's. Me, my sister Siegfried, and the rest.
All right.
And you can see
It
also
was nice to
in the
meet you.
courtyard. Sorry. Also in the courtyard, you do see 2 others. That one is right by the well, which appears to be kind of chained to the well. That looks almost frog-like. Several parts of him are very frog-like. And then there's one tied to a post over here, and she does have wings, very very bat-like wings. They have other deformities, but those are the major things that you notice about them. So that's Misha, and that's Malina, and they are Marzina and Mishka. they are family, and and then there's lots of my family inside the big building. And
Right?
Cloven was family, but not family. I mean, he was nobody really liked Cloven. He was
Mm.
mean.
Bad Cloven then.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, do you think if what what if what if you decided um like maybe a few of us, maybe Otto and myself and maybe Mishka or Marlena, Marzina, maybe us four, or maybe even like. And she looks around at the 9 cages. Well, maybe one of them. Um, like when we go back into the big house, and because we used to live in cages, they used to live in cages, and we can call it the big house now. And if we go inside the big house and you put like us four, you put us in charge, and we each get little groups, and we are in charge of those groups, and we are seen as the leaders of those groups, and we will be respected. Maybe we will be respected. Maybe maybe put Mishka or Marzina in charge of the more violent ones. Because Mishka and Marzina they have killed before. Mishka a lot more. Mishka has killed a lot more. But if you
Well,
put them in charge of the aggressive ones, maybe they will control.
Do you
Maybe we
think
can
they'll
That
do
is a
that.
listen?
very good idea.
Sounds it's very sound, honestly.
Maybe that worked.
Maybe that'll work.
And then
Something's
you
trying.
can rest for the night.
And let's get everybody to bed
Okay.
so we can all rest.
Okay.
Before we go too far, Otto, would you do us a favor and
Yes.
run out to the graveyard? Because you love to dig, right?
Yes.
Would you dig 2 graves out there for us?
Oh, who are we killing?
Nobody. Well, we need to put the abbot and the bride in there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We should get them out of the middle of the gate.
Okay. And we don't get to eat them?
No, please don't.
Okay. Okay. Because if we eat them, then we taste, then we become man eaters, and that's not good. And people fear man eating beasts. Not that we're beasts, but we're not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People
Okay, I go
fear
dig,
many
and he takes
people
off
as
running.
well.
Okay, you glad he's gone. Gone to dig.
Siegfried does like to dig. I have to tell him often not to dig because he likes to dig holes. So
What if he had a space where he was supposed to dig?
that would be good. That would be good. That would be good. Mishka, Mishka, M- Mishka's kind of skittish and afraid. Um, um, or Marzina's kind of skittish and afraid of new people. Maybe she should be in charge of other skittish people, of the
The
other people
children?
that are afraid. Um,
Okay.
I don't know if she'd be good with children.
You know her better than I do.
Maybe she might be good with children. Otto and I are good with children.
Then maybe
Think it
one of you
over
could.
for the night.
Yeah.
The decision doesn't have to be made right away.
Okay, okay. Um, you guys hear a loud boom. and you know it was from Tobias's gun.
We need to go
Yes.
check on that.
As
Yes.
you're leaving the gate, Otto is running straight back towards you, and Tobias is slowly walking, reloading his gun. And as Otto runs past you, I don't got to dig.
We'll handle
I'm gonna
him.
wave
Yeah,
my
like-
hands and be like, "What the hell are you doing? Stop!"
Tobias.
I thought we did not want them digging up the bodies.
No, he's making a hole for extra bodies to go into.
You guys killed more people and you didn't come get me?
We didn't need to.
You didn't. You didn't need me to kill people?
Not this time.
No.
Did not even make it into the room.
He seems upset.
It's almost like
He gets that way.
my kids have grown up and they don't need me anymore.
Well, we still need you. We still need you. Just at that time, it was really quick. We couldn't run and come get you, so we just took care of it. We didn't need you at that time.
While you're here, though, we do have a new person with us. In case she picks something up,
Hello.
don't shoot her.
Alicia
Yeah.
point. Like it's not obvious. She points her out.
Like you're not the new person, too.
I
Right.
am Tobias Pinkerton.
Pleasure to meet you, Tobias. I am Gwendolyn.
Y'all rescue her in this freak show?
We
No, she showed up.
yeah.
He
In the
appeared
garden.
through the mist.
Actually, Tobias, you might be the best one to explain the mist, because didn't you come through it, kind of guided through it? Isn't that somewhat how you got here?
Well, yes, it's because I have my token, and
Yeah.
because I was following Esmeralda, and you see this woman come walking in the gates behind him, Gwendolyn, who one of her legs is metal. Otherwise, she looks like a rough and tumble kind of woman that could fight, but she also has a pretty face. And she walks right up to Tobias and kind of puts her arm over his shoulder and goes, "So, which one of them did you shoot?" None of them. It was the donkey tail one he was digging. We don't want them digging, I thought they weren't supposed to be digging. No,
To
they
dig
killed two people.
some graves.
No, we all killed two people, honey. Remember the abbot and... Oh, we're burying them. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
helped with that. Okay, we're burying them. No problem. You can tell Donkey Boy to come back and dig. I won't shoot him this time.
His name is Otto, I think.
Yes, his name is Otto.
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 Yes.
We're naming them now.
They already have.
They already have names.
Okay. They already have names. Okay.
Yes.
70-some names, to be honest with you now.
Seriously,
there's a lot.
that many of them here?
Like, we thought there was only so many, like finger, like not a big deal. Yeah, no, it became a big deal really fast.
Stopped counting after like the first 40 came up the stairs to the
like
feast.
70 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that means.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
We have a small army.
We're not. No. We're not taking them.
A lot
They
of
can
them
stay
can't
here.
fight.
Okay.
A lot of them
Then
we
this is
can't
what we'll do.
train to fight.
I will
They would
stay
just
here and
attack
train them all to
everything from
fight.
us.
Apparently some are aggressive already, so
Do we
don't
get your?
encourage that.
Do we get your cart?
Esmeralda's cart stays with me.
Yeah.
Then I'm staying with you too. I don't have a problem with that. Esmeralda and I will stay here with them. You guys can have my cart. But you're bringing it back.
Yeah.
Gotta pick up the army sometime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the game plan.
Okay.
I mean, that kind of solves the decision-making problem.
Yes.
We have somebody in charge.
He can help make the decisions.
Yeah.
I prefer
It'd be
Esmeralda
nice.
over
Bless you.
Tobias.
Thank you.
Esmeralda seems to have a calmer head on her shoulders.
Bullshit, she does. Bullshit. That woman is not
Reaction.
trouble. And the best thing we can hope for is the only thing Tobias does train these Belgians.
Right?
These
And not shoot them.
No, I'm not worried about him shooting them. I'm worried about her using them to steal from the friggin' town, and not just this town, to go to the winery, because it's like right on the road. Shh, we don't want to give them advice. Now,
Don't give them any ideas.
this is honestly not.
Did you just have a Carl moment where you said everything above table that you did not mean to say out loud?
Yep. And then
Came out.
no.
For the record, Carl's notorious for that. He's gotten Wednesday night into a sticky situation before because of that.
So
Yeah.
Jasmine, Tobias was a PC who he's stepping away for a little while. So I'm just kind of running him as an NPC. But he is an artificer. He does wield 2 guns. And the player has a tendency to say things above table that his character would not say. It's gotten some people in trouble before. Because he would say he was going to do things, and I took it as meaning that he was actually doing them.
He never said it was above table.
No, just like Morgan just talked about. No. Esmeralda does not. He didn't mean to say that stuff out loud. That was like the inside voice.
Talon would definitely tell her that this is terrible.
Terrible idea. So we just have to
But
make sure they don't.
So
do
you did say all that
things.
in front of Esmeralda.
Mm-hmm. It's very clear he doesn't like her.
So,
Like,
Talon,
You don't trust her.
I'm not going to teach any of them to steal. However, if they have skills that we could utilize for sneaky espionage type situations.
Acquiring possessions.
So, here's the sad thing, Esmeralda. You are like mediocre at best at this, right? You have been caught from Velaki.
Yeah.
Then you got caught from, who was it? The ones that are guarding the Crow. Yeah, you've been caught trying to steal horses like 3 times, and you have to stay in his wagon when we go into. Do you put your finger down? When we go into Velaki, you hide. Yeah.
That's because Vistani are not allowed in Velaki.
The tea.
I wonder why horses disappear.
Right?
And-
You have even stolen from Tobias.
Twice you stole his wagon.
You did steal my wagon twice. Okay.
We say she also stole his heart.
No, she stomped that in the dirt.
Yes.
When you say I've been caught, you're implying that somebody physically grabbed me, catching me.
No, I'm
I haven't
implying
been
that
caught.
you do it.
I've been seen
Technicalities.
doing it, but that doesn't mean I got caught.
Okay,
I was just
well,
seen doing it.
here is the sad thing: is you're the only one we know that can actually train them. If we did need them to sneak in or sneak out,
That's
doesn't
not
mean it's a
true.
great idea.
There is another sneak in our presence.
Nice
As you
disappear.
goes off camera. As he goes off camera.
Guys, I
He's
have a
very
plan.
sneaky in that manner.
I keep
Guys, I have a
forgetting.
plan. Leaves the game.
But I will not sell that person out.
Okay.
If
Well,
I may.
can we at least
Yeah.
count on you?
What about Kurz? Kurz is sneaky and fast.
Yeah, but he usually doesn't take anything that's not his.
No, but he knocks everything off the table.
No, Kitty.
Yeah, he does that a lot. But can you at least promise to not steal from any of the cities or the winery?
What else is left? Okay, so there's 3 cities, like cities. I mean, there's small little towns that have less than 5 buildings. They're not even worth going into for real. We won't even talk about them. But anyway, if I don't steal from Kresk or Barovia, which there's not much in Barovia. Kresk is kind of small, but they got some money. But Barovia has nothing, and I don't steal from Velaki. And you said I can't steal from the winery. The windmill's been demolished.
I understand
We've already gone through the Wizard's Tower. There's nothing left at Argynvost. The only thing you're leaving me is Strahd's castle.
I would
If
say
there's
that
a
it's
castle,
best
there should be
until
treasure
you're
in there.
that.
New girl's right. There would be treasure in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's lots of treasure. We've seen
But
it.
the one thing we actually need from there, we've already made a deal for.
We have.
What's that?
This wonderful dragon skull. It's really, really pretty. It's beautiful. And
We're not keeping
Nice.
it though. We have to go place it somewhere.
okay, but Tobias really wants it on the front of his wagon.
Well, after we stick up there, if it doesn't do anything like inscribed or anything, I don't know. You'll probably go get it anyways.
Dragons are famously big.
Yes, this skull is not exactly small. So,
Yes.
so
Would
do
it
you want
fit
Tobias
in front of the wagon?
He could probably make it work. Maybe like set it up at an angle to where you're standing out of the eye socket or you're sitting in the eye socket.
But what's the
Workshop
aesthetic on that?
So you want Tobias and I to work with each other to kind of keep an eye on the 60 some odd children.
Children is the correct word.
Grown children, so some of them are kind of large and vicious.
Some of here have some common sense, being the best term, and social skills.
Tobias and I can work together. We tend to balance each other out. And honestly, if you just let him get inside there and let him start fortifying this place and turning this place into a fortress, I think he'd be able to stay busy enough, and he'd probably get some of them working with him, helping him, maybe teaching a few of them some trades to build stuff. Who knows? I might actually have some maternal instinct that kicks in or something. I don't know.
I think you see Talon like definitely trying not to like.
Well,
Maybe.
they need help with practical things. They need help just learning how to live on their own.
Decision making.
Yeah, they don't know how
I
to
would
grow.
also say if you're going to try to fortify this place, talk to the Burgermeister down below about possibly helping fortify their walls as well.
Yeah, I can definitely do that for a price.
What would be the price?
That's not very nice.
They can't afford to pay.
Have you
I
seen
hate
that
to give him
village?
to bias
Probably
people,
not.
but he's got 66 mouths or 70 some mouths to feed. Price doesn't always have to be gold.
True. Price doesn't always have to be gold. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get the wagon and the goats in. Are they gonna eat all the goats if we bring them in?
No,
No.
maybe teach farming with goats.
Yeah. Breed
Teach
them.
them how to milk goats and breed goats.
Show them which ones to milk.
Yes.
I told you they need help with practical things. You have to make sure they only milk the right ones.
They'd be the female ones, Alicia. The females.
They don't necessarily know that.
Okay.
Do they know how to differentiate a female from a male?
Hopefully.
I don't know. Have they?
Radical stuff.
Where did the baby? Have they bred with each other?
That still doesn't mean that they know.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of locked in cages, so
Okay.
you should be
So
busy
I
though.
will
Like,
go ahead. I will get the wagons inside the gate. I do not see any type of a gate. I just see an opening. So block it with one of our wagons, either my wagon or Esmeralda's.
Mm-hmm.
Until I can, that's going to be the first order of business. I will build some type of a gate.
Sounds good.
There is lots of land inside these walls. Unfortunately,
Don't go in the garden.
Oh, yes.
oh,
There
yeah.
are murderous scarecrows there.
As long as you don't go in the garden, they won't attack. So
Okay,
grow,
they're super
grow
slow.
elsewhere.
Even
I think you need to throw Tobias a bone and let him kill the scarecrows.
Simple
you,
thinking
Curse.
that.
if I take out the scarecrows, I can build some. I might even be able to make them move a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I can take out the scarecrows. Okay.
Bias, if I may.
Yes.
I think what we need is someone to work with the Bellevues to help teach them living skills and maybe some other skills that you deem appropriate for their various talents. If you would like to fortify the town and this abbey, I think that would be very beneficial. I think if we could have Alicia, and I'm sorry, Gwendolyn, I don't know the full extent of your abilities, but if we could make some ground farmable for both the town and the Bellevues, that would be beneficial for both. I think we need to let everyone know that we have this skull for this dragon, and that our intentions are to go light the beacon, be ready to attack. We have to get people on our side. This is the place. I believe this is the farthest place that we have seen that is from Strahd's castle. He looks at Alicia and Gwendolyn and says, "This is a very bad man. This is probably the reason that you are here."
Curse,
We can explain later
you
on.
say that we need to let everyone know that we have the dragon skull and we're going to light the beacon. You don't mean we're going to light the beacon this week, right?
Oh no. We need to make people aware and
train an
organize a
army.
little bit.
And
Sure,
I
yeah.
don't necessarily mean all of these kids, but we need an army.
No, there is people below in the town that probably need some training. There is people in Valaki and people in Barovia, the town, not the country, that need some training. there's, we need to gather allies and make sure they are prepared, and then come back. This is probably the closest town to Argynvost, and from there.
Yeah.
There's a mad mage.
But we have the
just need-
skull. We need to start moving toward that end goal.
Sounds like a good idea.
We need to 100% the map all the way across.
Get
It
them all
run,
on
baby.
our side.
First, we need to take care of Baba Yaga.
Yeah, that'll be the first thing, since now we're not
Crafty
going
nerd.
to need. We aren't going to need to go into town, since Tobias and Esmeralda can take care of that part. Do we want to make some of the ground in the abbey fertile so they can start growing stuff here instead of just in the garden?
It's a 500-mile thing. It's not localized. It's gonna be all or nothing.
Oh, well,
That'll be-
okay.
All or nothing's good.
Yeah. The only thing is that it's gonna take me pretty much all night or all day to do.
Okay, well,
So
I think it would be a good idea to at least try to get a long rest. And then tomorrow you can start working on it.
Okay.
So that way everybody's at least rested up. And then we'd be able to go get Baba Yaga. But I'd rather have everybody at full health before we try to do anything else.
I was gonna ask, do you even have enough power to do that tonight?
Health left?
Yes.
So
Could you work all night and then rest in the cart tomorrow?
yeah, I mean, I feel fine. I can work on this tonight, and then if I'm able to rest, if we don't leave tomorrow, I could potentially, or maybe Gwendolyn could do it in the town as well.
I didn't quite. Let me check the spell.
Potentially. But yeah, I could do it tonight if we're in a hurry to leave. I don't mind working overnight.
I think we can wait. Not
But
leave
I would-
tomorrow, but leave the next day. Give you both some time to rest after you perform your
Yeah,
magic.
I would need some pretty intense rest after, if I can get it,
Mhm.
or I can just do it tomorrow and we can stay another night.
That is fine. I can go with Bias and Esmeralda to talk to the Burgermeister here. We can. There is plenty enough to do.
And I can make breakfast in the morning.
That sounds
Breakfast
good.
is good.
oh,
Yes.
Okay. So first order of business, I will get everything inside the gate.
Sounds good. And
Don't
then
worry about making the gate tonight. We get everything inside the walls. Block off the entrance. Since those are 15-foot high walls, it's a good fortification place. Then you two ladies will start fertilizing ground. However you do that.
Magic.
Yes, magic.
You just
You
nicely.
can fertilize the ground too, but it's not pretty.
no, that's fine.
Probably
Curse, we
not.
do not need that to be done.
That sounds
We
The
can-
world
indecent.
is not your litter box, Curse.
Close, but not in here. Let's get the Bellevue to bed.
Okay. You guys can go work on that.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't have the list pulled up on Owlbear or anything. I mean, I could, but it'll be fine. I just wanted to show you guys on the master map that you as a group will look at later. Right here is where you are right now,
Okay.
in this general vicinity. There's Strahd's castle. You're pretty sure Baba Yaga is somewhere over here.
Yeah, somewhere around this area.
Um,
And
so
the
you
man
know,
age I know is right here.
so you know Jasmine. Baba Yaga was down here. They destroyed her hut. They destroyed her skull, and they had her. They had her down to 1 hit point, and she did time stop and escaped.
The bitch.
And like I said, I could have, if I was actually on and playing, I would have possibly been able to try to counter that. I don't know what level it would have been, but it would have been an attempt.
And to be truthful, we packed all the way to over here.
Yeah, you guys tracked her down for a ways. But yeah, so like Kurz said, this is pretty much as far away as you can get. Okay. Was that not the right map? Was it?
Nope.
It's inside the abbey.
Stop.
They were together.
There we
I
are.
had,
There
I
we
had them
go.
next to each other. Is that the right one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
There we are.
Okay. Bolivar and, well, I'm saying Bolivar, but Missing and Trey both have the list, the complete list. We can work together to figure it out, or whatever, over the next week of who slept with who. Because I have the
Wording.
that was horrible wording. That was horrible,
Yep.
Yeah.
horrible wording.
Who
Yeah.
is sleeping
You said
where?
Yeah.
And they were roommates.
Jasmine, was that you who just said wording?
Yes.
Look at you fitting in already.
I'll have to show her where the out of context quotes go.
Oh, I've been looking. I've been looking.
So, it could definitely work depending on who's in charge of what small group or whatever, depending on the groups. It could definitely work. Potential issues that I'm seeing are the fact that some are unstable, the fact that there are a few with alpha behavior.
Yep.
But yeah, it could
Faith
easily
that
work.
Tobias
especially
will
just
shoot him
overnight.
out.
Yeah, that's leaving Tobias in charge of that. So
Okay.
either they'll be soldiers or they won't.
Basically.
Kurz, it was you who kind of put, no, it was you, Talon, that kind of put Otto in charge of digging 2 graves, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
we did leave those 2 bodies right in front of the gate. That it would be nice to just put them under the ground.
Okay. So Otto comes up to you after he finally is allowed to go back over there without being shot at. And walking up to you, Talon, he's like, Talon.
Yes.
I was over digging, and and then I had to go to the bathroom. So I went over to a tree, and 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 while I was at the tree, I saw a shiny on the ground, and I was like, oh, what's that? That's a shiny. So I peed on it, and it got shinier when I peed on it, um, and like the mud and dirt around it got washed off because I peed on it, and and I picked it up afterwards, and I wiped it off on my pants, yeah, I wiped it off, and this is it, and he holds it up, and it is a ring, Talon, that it is a beautiful, like, copperish colored ring. Um, it's dry, just so you know. But he holds up this ring. He's like, I found it.
Thank you. And he'll hold out his hand to like examine it. Does he hand it to him or?
Yeah, he kind of gives it to you. Here, you can have it.
Yucky. Thank you.
You're
Are you
welcome.
sure?
Yeah. I can't really wear it. It won't fit my hands. I tried. It fits my pinky like there, but it doesn't fit me very well. So I'd have to put it on a necklace, and I don't have a necklace. And you have fingers, and you could put it on your finger. Only one finger though, because it's a ring, and it doesn't fit over two fingers.
When you put it on, did you feel different at all?
And see her?
How?
Feel sick? Did you feel energized or just didn't fit?
It didn't fit. It only got to here on my pinky.
Would this have been a ring that could have flew off the abbot or anything, or?
I mean, that's very possible.
Is this
You guys
happening
didn't
in
live
front of
without it?
Belfar and such? Like, is this happening near Belfar or in front of
Nope,
Belfar at all?
it's not happening. It's not happening in front of Belivar. Talon, give me a D4.
That's a 1.
You and Talon, you and Kurz were standing there talking about something outside when he came up to you.
To somewhat be nice, he'll be like, thank you, and slip it on his pinky.
You're
You
cursed.
can tell it's magical.
No, good magical or bad
The last
magical?
magical ring we encountered was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely magical.
Am I anywhere near them?
You're probably a good 15, 20 feet away from him.
Okay. Do I hear magical? Do we need to figure out what it is?
What do you think of it there, Joe? He'll like hold it up in front of you and whatever.
I'm gonna cast detect magic on it.
It immediately radiates. Because I love that. It radiates necromancy.
It might be useful.
I mean, you guys have seen Belivar do identify several times. That's why I was kind of sort of curious if I was nearby so I could offer identify.
Well, it doesn't feel bad.
Does your detect magic look like anything?
I did. No.
Doesn't
You
it like
you just
glow?
can, yeah, it
Radiant.
glows different depending upon what kind of magic it is. It glows, right?
Yeah.
Schooling.
But just to you, nobody else can see it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
wouldn't know
I
that you cast detect magic.
not unless you could hear me casting it.
He's standing right next to me.
So maybe. I'm gonna walk up and be like, oh, so this ring is a necromancy ring.
That
I
you
don't.
heard, Belivar. You heard necromancy as you were
Do we
walking
want
by.
to find? Do we want to find out exactly what it does in the necromantic arts?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna go and I'm not ritual casting it. I'm just gonna burn a spell slot and cast
It is.
identify straight up.
Hopefully, you guys don't have combat soon. Um,
We're supposed to sleep soon.
you're supposed to
Yeah.
sleep soon. Why don't you give me a
Oh, I have.
Arcana roll as you cast it? Identify.
All right. That would be an actual net 20. On the Jamie dice.
20. Nice.
On the Jamie. On my new Jamie dice.
Gotta love Jamie Dice. Um, you know, Sir Belivar, that is a ring of regeneration.
Well,
Ooh.
And it's
Good
not a
news.
matter of you need any type of command word or anything. It's you put it on, and once you attune to it, you will start every 10 minutes. You get back 1d6 hit points. If you lose a
That's a
body
good one.
part, you know that it will begin growing back and be fully functional within 1d6 plus 1 day. As long as you
That's
have
a-
at least 1 hit point.
In 10 minutes, you'll have at least one.
well,
Yeah.
I don't even have to craft it. Sweet!
Means I might not die as much.
There you go.
As
We're
much.
freaking cursed.
Much.
You don't have a shattered
Belivar.
person around anymore. So, you know,
Hi. Yes, I do. I use it.
nobody that casts it on.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but
repeat.
you've got Curse that just sits there and runs by everybody to get the reaction.
Just like
Yeah.
It was a small
Belivar would be-
space. I was trying to help.
Belivar is
You
going
did help
to
quite a bit.
relay the information and
Mhm.
state it would be very useful for those that tend to get hit a lot.
I think we should keep it away from Baba Yaga. Don't giggle.
I think there's probably a few people we should keep it away from, or at least a couple.
Yes.
I wonder how it infects an undead. Would it make them living?
It said 1 hit point.
I don't think it
No.
worked quite like that.
Joe, will you take a walk with me?
I think you said Bell.
Joe.
Who, Joe?
Joe.
Okay, you want Joe
Yeah.
to take a walk
Joe.
with you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to take Joe up to the edge of the fields there at the north.
Okay, right near the
Not-
like the opening to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
into it. Okay,
Yeah, not going in.
just to the edge. Gotcha.
You're not trying to off me, are you?
Oh no, quite the
If
opposite.
he gets close and says, stare at the flowers, yeah, run.
Long live the
Strahd
king.
sends his regards and stabs you in the kidney.
This is Sparta.
you,
Kicks you into the scarecrows.
Yeah.
you can see magic, yes?
I can detect it sometimes, yes.
And can you do this now?
I don't have a spell slot just yet. I need to have a long
Oh, I
rest.
thought it lasted a little while.
Oh, I think it does.
It should
Holy
last for
smoke,
10
I
minutes,
forgot.
and I don't
10
think
minutes.
it's wore off yet.
It doesn't tell me how long. There it is. 10 minutes. Yeah, okay.
You still got a couple.
Do you see anything out there in the fields?
It's 30 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say it's only 30 feet, so how far can I look? Not that far.
Nope, you can't. You can see the scarecrows, but your magic sight doesn't go that far.
Do you trust me?
I mean, you've given me no reason not to yet. I
Yet?
can't run that fast.
I can help,
Okay.
and I will grab her by the wrist and try and just run as fast as you can, and we'll make a quick loop and come right back. If the abbot can get corn, I think we can just make a sweep through here real quick. I'm curious to see if I don't know why there's things growing up here in the snow. If there is magic in here, it helps. Maybe something we're looking for from the winery.
Oh, the gems. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Just curiosity. You know what they say about curiosity in cats, though.
Yes.
And satisfaction brought it back.
Yep. so let's make sure we don't kill you off before the
Well,
satisfaction.
same for you. If something starts looking fuzzy, we will beeline straight back for here, okay?
Sounds good.
We will let Tobias deal with these scarecrows. I think that would make him happy.
Yeah.
So I have 130 feet of movement, and if I
Yes,
am taking somebody, I'm sure that's halved.
it's halved. But
So
she's
that's
running with you. But I need you to give me
Sure.
a strength because she's going with you. You can roll at advantage.
It is a 17.
Okay, yeah. How much do you usually have? How much? 100 and what?
I can go using my feline agility. I can go 130 feet.
Okay, so 65 is half of that. Are you talking about making an actual loop around the cornfield?
Well,
I think if we just run straight in halfway and come straight back out, I think we'll be good.
yeah, I don't need much more than that.
Okay.
If we can get to the edge there where she
Like-
can kind of see.
Touch a corn cob and come back. Almost like you're
Like-
playing chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah, if we can get,
I
like-
think I would. Yeah, right in here.
Okay.
If I could get to right there and then back.
Okay. You definitely can do that together, no problem. Get there, get back. You don't make it all the way back through the gate, but by the time you're through the gate, they're just now off the post and they're headed towards you. But you're already back inside the gate, so they will stop. One will stop, the
Separate
other
that.
one will keep coming and
Prowl thing again.
do the prowl thing and then go back. So I mean, you're seeing the routine of it. That they both pop off after you're there. They will try to get back to you. Blah 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 blah. give me an arc. You said you detect magic while you're in there, Cat?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Joe? Joe?
Yeah.
2 letters less than Cat.
Right.
Why don't you go ahead and give me an Arcana roll while you're in there.
I have 15.
15. Okay. Okay. So you had 3 different pings while you were in there. The 3 pings came from that scarecrow, and it was actually, the scarecrow in the post, kind of, and this scarecrow in post were, those were 2 of the pings, and then there was a 3rd ping that was basically right underneath you underground.
When I got to the center.
Yep.
Okay.
8.
So I'm gonna let him know that the 2 scarecrows are definitely magically controlled. But there was something in the middle of that cornfield that we were just in, and it was underground somewhere. So I don't know exactly where it was, but it was literally right there in the center. So if we could somehow get the scarecrows down, let Tobias go crazy, we'd be able to figure out exactly what that is down under there.
Yes, I like to suspect. I think it's one of these eggs that we were after. I don't know if just grabbing it right now would be the wisest idea and deplete these Bellevues of a food source. But it is good to know that potentially this is the second egg that we were looking for.
Should check with the druids to see how long their magic can help with the growing, and then we can figure out when or how it would be a good idea to take it.
Thank you for indulging me with this.
You're welcome. That was fun. It was like I was a kite.
It's like that all the time.
Okay.
So,
What exactly is... Okay, we got town, we got... Druids.
Yes?
Alicia, Gwendolyn, what are you 2 doing during this time?
Basically, standing around, walking around. I don't know anything about this place.
Okay. So, Alicia, are you taking it upon yourself to walk with a famous person and explain to her where you guys are and what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I have. What time of day is it?
Oh, it is definitely evening.
Like,
It
it's
is,
okay.
yeah. The moon is in the sky like a big pizza pie.
no, that is
Amore.
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 Like the eel. So that is the moon itself is it's a sliver, not even half. It's not really a crescent. It's just under a crescent. And it's coming off of a new moon. So I always forget waxing, waning, but it's
Waxing, waning.
and that's gonna help me remember.
It was 0 L.
Bigger.
Waxing is growing,
Waiting,
waning
so it
is diminishing.
Okay. It is. So if it's headed towards a full moon, it's waxing. And if it's headed away from the full moon, it's waning. Right? Okay. So it is basically a waxing crescent. or almost a waxing crescent. It's more like a waxing donut hole.
Okay, if I get my star map out, my chart,
Yep.
and I
Thank
open
you.
it
I've
up.
been waiting for this.
So with what I already would have committed to memory and my map, do any of the constellations actually line up with what I have written down and what I'm familiar with?
No.
That's what I thought. It's all different.
Yep.
Okay. So
You know what that means. It's not a flat
Different
Earth.
reality. Oh dear. No.
It's not even an Earth.
It's not even an Earth.
we're on the back of a turtle. It's fine.
It startles all the way down.
Yes, it is.
It's a
All the
hollow
way down.
planet. Yep, a hollow planet.
Oh, what a pity.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not anywhere near Faerun or what you know because those stars are in different. Like, none of the constellations line up right.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna flip like towards the back of my journal, and I'm gonna pull out all the drawings that I had done in the monoliths, and I'm gonna kind of flip through real quick, and I'm gonna pull out some fresh paper, and I'm gonna sit away from the well, but as close to the center of the courtyard as I can get,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna start redrawing what I can see in the sky.
Okay. Do you want
And
to
I'm gonna try.
explain these awesome monoliths to the other druid, maybe?
Yes. So as I start to pull out everything, um,
You
I'm
want to do
actually
that
gonna
weird
approach.
shuffle to get
Yeah.
closer? What you doing?
So I actually I wanted to talk to you. I usually study the stars. Um
Hmm.
and none of these here match. I don't this is a whole new place. The stars aren't the same. And she's like getting visibly distressed at this. So
Okay.
I have to make a whole new chart.
I'm
Because
gonna
it will
hand you a good berry.
she's
Okay,
like, you
Barry.
need to take a shot. Um,
Breathe.
yeah. So
She says
she'll go ahead.
Goodberry, but I hear gummy.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Relax, relax.
Good enough. Good enough. It's the same. Yeah. So all of these have to be drawn. Have you seen anything familiar? Do the trees look the same from where you're from? I mean the sky doesn't match?
I would assume no, but DM, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, they don't match anything you've seen in the sky before.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Okay. Um, what I want to do is start keeping a new catalog of the plants and the trees and the creatures. Not really the Bellevues. I don't think they count.
Yeah, that's mm,
Yeah, they're different. A lot of them
elemental
are really great.
magic stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
think they
do
were
notice, though, because you guys are near the well, not at the well. Um, so Mishka, um, and I know I told you earlier that Mishka is frog-like. I want to give you a better description. Mishka has 3 red spider eyes on the right side of his face. The left side is just humanoid. And he has a frog's foot in place of his left hand and a taloned crow's foot where his right foot should be. He has a tendency to hide inside the well because he is very good at spider climb. But as you
Ah.
guys are sitting there talking and everything else, you feel yourself being watched. And as you look over towards the well, he is just sitting there staring at you.
Mishka. And then like back to pretending I'm not paying attention.
And you do know also, you don't necessarily know Gwendolyn, but you were told, Alicia, you know that Mishka has killed and enjoys killing.
Ah. Oh well.
Right. But we're out of the
You're out of
Okay.
the area, but he's just kind of staring at you and listening to you and paying really close attention.
Okay.
Every once in a while,
Well,
one of
I
you will
have to
catch him, like
so.
as he hears you, you'll see him kind of look up at the sky at whatever you guys are talking about, and then he looks back down and keeps staring at you.
I like it. So she starts like drawing, and she's only half paying attention. It's like she's drawing these lines and making these connections from like muscle memory. So Gwendolyn, can you enrich the farmlands here too?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful.
We
That'll
could
give
take half and half.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I can only do like half of a mile at a time. But if we
Mhm.
spread out, we can get a really big radius for them to be able to farm with. I think that'll really.
No, that's the 500-mile. Well, half-mile radius or
It is. Oh, that's speak with animals.
half a mile radius.
Yeah.
A square mile.
Yeah.
Oh well, diameter.
And a half mile is roughly 2,000, a little over 2,000 feet. So
Yeah.
Get enriched land.
Yes. So how far, as the crow flies, is the abbey away from the town?
Raven.
As the raven flies. That's right. I have a raven friend now. I gotta fix
Yeah.
that. Fix that vernacular.
Don't want to make him mad.
I'm trying to
Pigeon
befriend him.
flies.
Yeah.
I need a new pet.
He's right there behind you.
I like it. If the crow comes close, I'm gonna give him screeches.
as the night
Raven,
goes on,
sorry.
eventually the raven will get close enough. Roughly a little more than a mile from the town itself, the village of Kresk is a little over a mile away from. Let me bring up the other map. There's really not a great map of zooming into like villages and stuff like that, but if you zoom in on Kresk,
There we go. Oh, okay, I got you.
so using the top of my circle, each hex, which I know it's kind of hard to see the hexes,
You see the squares.
are they squares right now?
Mhm.
Oh, I can see the axis.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, each one of those. Those are the wrong ones, aren't they?
Yeah,
Those
they are.
hexagons.
Yeah, those are the wrong ones.
The tiny ones on the map you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about the tiny ones on the map that are harder to see.
Yeah,
I
you
see.
can see them on the clearer areas. Or the lakes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're harder to see up there.
Yep. So that's roughly a mile from the bridge to where the village is roughly a mile. So the village is right there. At the top of the hill so roughly 800, 900 feet above the village. So if you did a mile together, it would easily be, well, it would almost be that hex that I just showed you. It would
Yeah.
be this
Yeah.
whole area right
Yeah,
here.
it would dip into the woods a little bit.
Yep.
One
and
of
get
us
most of the
alone
city.
can do one of those hexes.
What's the spell or whatever again? What's it called?
Plant growth.
Plant growth. It can benefit from only one plant growth per year. So
Right. So if we both did it, we would have to be a
on
half
different
mile.
areas.
Yeah, we'd have to do two different. Doubling up in one area is not going to do him any good.
Mm-mm.
Does it start? Are you the center point of it?
150 feet from us. It can be.
Yeah. I can move. We can move it a little bit because it does
Um,
have a range.
Yeah,
But
you pick the center point within range.
Mhm.
You know what? If you guys, I'm willing to help you. That if you two do it together, instead of doing 2 miles, I will give you two a choice. Of you can do it to where the plants yield quadruple, twice the twice, or it becomes enriched for 2 years.
That's.
I think I'd rather have the 2 years.
Yeah. Stable for more time.
Yeah, if that's okay with
Have
Gwendolyn.
more food is a good thing, but they don't know how to pace themselves. Do they? Yeah. So
And the town
more.
has been eating. The townspeople can get food.
Yeah, the town's okay, but the abbey is our concern.
They need more time to learn how to properly cultivate anyway.
Hmm. And with 2 years, they're gonna have plenty of time to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
So 2 years.
So before we end for the night, was there anything anybody wanted to do they didn't get to tonight, or bring up that they didn't get to bring up tonight before you start your long rest?
I was just gonna possibly have Belivar tell Strahd, like, kind of sort of just speak and say, we are working on getting to Baba Yaga. We have a rough idea where she's at. We are taking care of something before we move on to her. That's all Belivar was going to say, but he was going to say it kind of sort of away from everyone else. But he's also going to kind of sort of switch off that little telepathic block so Strahd can respond to Belivar's mentally.
Okay. Well, Trey, aka Belivar, we will end there then with you giving that message to Strahd. And when I say we will end there, I mean you finish saying it and we're ending there. You'll find out next Sunday.
If he's all listening or not.
Yeah, if he listened, if he responded, you may not
Cleaning the
find out.
shit
You
out
may
of it.
not find out. What'd you say?
He's probably cleaning the shit out of his cape.
Oh.
He's sleeping in the
VOD.
coffin and some of it just flashed in.
Twitch and VOD, thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. We greatly appreciate it. And by we, I am talking about myself and the replacements. That is the 6 players I have here. And I really hope you come back next Sunday. It's a lot of fun, just role playing and everything else. These people are figuring out a way to rebuild the village of Kresk and all these mongrel folk that live there, and see what happens there. Okay. As always, Sunday through Thursday, I'm here 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time with a different group each night. Tomorrow night we have the Misfits, and they just got done making a deal with Baba Yaga. Let's see how that works out. And then we go to Tuesday night where it is session one of a brand new group. They don't even have a name yet.
We do.
They're workshopping a name. Definitely,
That's
are you
mad.
being called the Bar?
But no, there was another name floating around.
Okay.
Sacrifices?
Danny up there, he is part of that Tuesday night group. And it's a really cool group. I'm looking forward to it. It's 2 clerics, 2 bards, a paladin, and a rogue. Come check it out. That's Tuesday night. From me to you and the replacements, will you please tell the good people to have a good night?
Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Guys.